and a very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
And I'm Sean Crawley.
Together with Shaylee, and together we are so excited. We have got Vintage Cash Cow with us. This is an incredible company that could turn unwanted things in your home, things you might be thinking about throwing out, things you haven't touched for ages, things that are in a box upstairs, into money in your bank.
Maybe you want to declutter. Take a look at just some of the items in front of us, because the great thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the variety of items that you can send to get changed into cash.
Sometimes you can send, you know, your gold somewhere. Sometimes you can send your silver. Sometimes you can send, you know, try and sell things on the internet, but you do them all individually. You can virtually port all of these different items, and we'll run you through what you can and you can't actually send. But there's so many, even costume jewellery, empty watch boxes, broken bits and pieces. It might be a broken watch, it might be a broken clock. Honestly, old cash, old money, foreign money that's not even, you know, not even used anymore. Everything with Vintage Cash Cow very much has a value, and the lovely thing is they repurpose and rehome virtually all and everything. So not going into landfill, don't throw it out. Vintage Cash Cow will have a purpose for it.
Now we have an exclusive offer. If you've seen Vintage Cash Cow on the mainstream TV adverts, you'll recognise what we're talking about. But here at Shop on TV, our exclusive offer for the next 24 hours means that on the value of your box, you're going to get an extra 20%. That means if your box is worth £500, you're actually going to get an extra £100. It'll go up to £600.
If it's worth £1,200, an extra £200.
How great is that? It's only for 24 hours. That extra 20% means you must use the code to get that exclusive deal. Sell20 is the code. That's as simple as that. Use that code on the website or on the phones. It's a simple process. What you're going to do first of all is box your stuff, your items.
Yeah.
All you've got to do is provide the box itself. Carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box.
We did mums in newspaper, a bit of bubble wrap, and pop them all into the box, and then, you know, take that box up and then use the label from us, because that's going to make sure you get that extra 20% on the value of what is inside your box. And the great thing is you then send it for free, pop it down to the post office. If it is too heavy, you can get in contact and they will come and collect it from you as well. So that's all free of charge. And then they'll get in contact to give you a valuation of your goodies. And actually, not only will they value what's in the box, they'll add an extra 20% on if you're getting in contact with us to get your free postage labels. And this is how you do it really easily. On the phones, the team are there until 3 a.m. and they're back tomorrow from 9 till 5. But I would do it right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you can jump onto the website.
So the phone number, 0800 246 5508. The website, you're going directly to Vintage Cash Cow. That's vintagecashcow.co.uk. When you go to the website, you'll see it talks you through the process, how simple, how easy it is. There's guides on there that tells you at the top there where it says items we buy, items we don't buy, how it works. But what you need to do is click on that little green banner. That'll take you through to that free postage pack. Fill in those details. It's simple, it's straightforward, but very important. You must fill in. You see where it says coupon code? That coupon code is SELL20. That will get you that extra 20% on the value of your box. Whatever the value is, another 20% will be added to your box. Now, we said we're excited about the show, but we're very excited to see this gentleman once again.
Troubles at camp. How are you, my love?
Thank you. I've had to come a long way to make it this evening, but I came just for you.
Travelled the world for us.
No, only Europe. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Now, Anthony, tell us a little bit about Vintage Cash Cow. How did it start?
And you're one of the founders, aren't you?
Yes, I am. It started in a very small garage with 3 people about 10 years ago. And it's now got over 700 people in 5 buildings, and it's in 5 different countries. So it's come a long way in a very short...
5 different countries?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing like it. And I know you sat at home the very first time you did an advert thinking, is a box going to come? Will a box arrive?
That's exactly what
And you get so many boxes now, don't you, a day?
Thousands.
How fabulous is that?
I mean, it's very good. I mean, it shows that there's a product market kind of fit and that people need the service. Because everybody's got this kind of product. There's very few places. It's very easy to go sell a gold ring, but you can't get your binoculars and your pocket watch and it's the mix. It's
the fact
being
you
able
can
to
put
do
so
everything.
much,
You can do everything in one
Just
go.
makes everything so easy, and it's so nice as well to declutter the house and actually then have some money in your bank to treat yourself, perhaps.
And you work with so many experts in all the different fields.
Oh, you're going to meet some of them.
Yes,
We've got experts in all sorts of fields. We've got wonderful people that have been there for a long, long time. In fact, somebody that's coming on tonight is, I think they've been with us nearly 8 years now, and a lot of people are there for a long time. We've got, just a variety of so many people on all the products that are looking after it for everybody, and making sure that we go through it and identify things correct.
And everybody really loves the service. Trustpilot, oh my word, is incredible.
Well, all of them things help people to have, I think the longer we're there, the modesty and confidence and trust. People need to know, I'm sending my products, I'm going to get paid for them. And if I don't want to sell them, I get them back free. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely everything is
Risk-free, yes.
So if in doubt, pop it into the box.
Correct.
Send it in. You value it for free.
Yes.
And if we change our mind, you'll even send it back for free.
For free, yeah.
The other great thing, when you go on the website, and in your pack, it guides you through everything that you can send and that you can't send as well. Right. But the majority of things that you look at around your home, you'll be like, oh, they take that and that and that.
I look at things, I see loads of... You'll be the same, loads of things that Mum's got. There's loads of things that I've got. Loads of things I've seen in boxes upstairs in the loft.
You'd be amazed what you've actually got.
Yes.
People don't realise till they start going and having a look. They don't know.
All the value of it. It must be so exciting to tell people how much it's worth.
Correct. And generally, the general rule of thumb is people will send you something and think it's worth a lot of money, and it's not, and then they'll send you something that thinks worth nothing and it's worth a lot of money.
Right.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
The thing that blew me away, you can send in watches and broken watches, and things can be broken because they can be mended and repurposed and rehomed.
Correct. And watch movements and empty cases from watches.
Empty watch boxes.
Empty boxes, yeah.
The watch came in.
We buy the empty boxes as well. And then we put something in them and somebody will buy it and put something in it and sell it. So it's all about repurposing, rehoming. Everything gets used again. 99.9% of the stuff gets reused and reused. Nothing gets landfilled or skipped.
That's so good.
And so many people actually take these products from the home and they go, oh, I don't want that, and they put it in a skip. Well, they don't need to because they can get money for it.
And the process is really simple. It's really straightforward, isn't it?
Very easy. Very easy.
All you need to supply is your own box.
Yes.
That's it, yeah.
I think everybody's got a box, or you can go and get one from the supermarket, can't you? Get that box and then have a little nosy around the house. Go in the boxes upstairs in the loft, open the drawer in the kitchen and check out everything, because you will be blown away when we show you the items you can send in. And then pop them all in the box. Now, we packed ours up with newspaper, a little bit of bubble wrap and things like that. Is that a good idea?
No, you've got to do that. You've got to protect it. The one thing you mustn't do is send china or glassware. And a lot of people still do because they don't maybe look and see in the brochure, but it gets broken. We don't want people's stuff getting broken, but wrap your stuff up, put it in a bag, put it in some bubble wrap. And the same works the other way. If we send it back to you, we wrap it all up in bubble wrap and protect it and look after it.
You take care over our items as much as we do, don't you?
We have to do. I think that's the most important thing, because if you've trusted us to take it, we've got to, you've got to get it back how you sent it. We've got to make sure that it's looked after, because you own the stuff. Until we pay for it, it's yours. And then we will look after it after that as well and make sure it all goes out again. But it's amazing what people have got in here. People have just got so much product in the homes, they actually don't know till they start looking. Because I know by what comes in the box.
On that note, Anthony, is there a couple of things here that we can look at and you can give us an idea of the value? People, it's like a treasure trove, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it?
Well, everything on there is worth some money. Now, not everything's worth a lot of money, but
it all adds up, doesn't it? Sorry, I hit you then, didn't I? I do apologise. And on television as well, I do apologise. It was very gentle.
You'd be amazed. So, a lot of the things that you see on here, so some have got a big value. I can see a few things. And then there's a few things on here that have got medium value. And there's some things that have only got a low value. But if you put them all together, the low value
adds up, doesn't it?
My mum could not believe, she thought it'd be worth about £1. And then she was like, oh, my word, I just didn't realise that was worth anything.
Well, this here, we paid, I think that was £4,000.
No way.
Yeah, ladies' watch. Now, the other side to that is there's a ladies' watch down here. I've just seen it and I can't see it now, like over here. But it might only be worth 20 quid.
Right.
So it's not worth a fortune, but you just don't know until you send it in. So the secret is send all of the things in, and if you put them in a box and send them in, we'll have a look at it and we can tell you.
Because we don't know, do we?
No, we
so
wouldn't have a
pop
clue.
it into the box
Exactly.
and you don't know.
That's it.
It could be the one worth £3,000-4,000.
It could
and
be
so
worth
it's
5 million.
Oh, don't. Be like
Could
winning the
happen.
lottery,
It
wouldn't
can
it?
happen. It's happened.
And then we've got notes here, so that's currency that's not even being used anymore.
This here's my first week's wages.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember them?
Yes.
But we
I
get
forgot
all...
they were so large.
Yeah, but look,
and they went smaller.
and then they went
didn't they?
smaller,
Yeah.
and then you get all. I mean, it's just crazy.
Because
the
we've
amount...
got loads of this
Look, old
in our
pound
travel
notes, old-
pack, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
You get all, and you come back from holiday.
And you
I
don't
mean,
want to throw it away.
I'll just show you something quickly. Just have a look at this.
Wow.
This is
Going rogue already.
Here, look. Old 10-shilling notes. See stuff like this. Now they're not worth a fortune, but everybody's got them.
Yeah.
And you just look here, banknotes, and they can be from foreign countries. They can come from anywhere. They don't have to be even cashable anymore. We've got collectors that will take them. We put them together and we get them off to.
And
a
it doesn't
collector.
matter if that looks a bit sad. It's a bit.
It doesn't matter.
Bit tired.
It doesn't matter. It's
Send
still
it
got a
and see.
value.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
send
That's
it.
the
value.
great thing. If it's broken, send it in. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
Because it's going to be rehomed, repurposed,
Yes.
and it's going to be money in your bank account as
Now,
well.
when it comes to items you can and can't send, the great thing is the guide comes alongside your pack when you send for your pack, but on the website it literally talks you through. You'll see at the top of the website there's a couple of banners there. Items we buy, items we don't buy. So we'll click on items we buy first of all, and this is what you can do, but all you've got to do, I mean, it literally talks you through everything. Then there's all the different categories. It'll show you the experts that are on there. We're going to meet some of the experts
Pocket
tonight.
watches. The watches don't need to be okay. They can be broken, not working.
Doesn't matter.
Bits
Doesn't
of
matter.
watches.
Yeah. It doesn't matter working, not working, gold, not gold, silver, not silver. There can be chrome. There can be any kind of material. Doesn't matter what they are, what condition they are. You send them in and we can tell you, because you just don't know.
And you've got all the categories you can go through there. You can click on see all items and it'll take you through to everything. That's literally like the counter
There
we've
we
got
go.
in front of us.
We buy. Have a little look at that. So we can see costume jewellery, which I think a lot of people would happily just throw in the bin, so it'd go into waste. And you will
We buy, well, I can't tell you how, we're about 5 tons a month of costume jewellery.
Wow.
Good grief.
5
And I
tons.
bet sometimes there might be a little gem in there that people didn't realise.
That's exactly how it works. And that's exactly how it happens. Somebody will send something and we'll find a little gem in the middle. We give them a phone call and say, oh, you're going to get 500 quid. And they go, what, for them plastic beads? And you say, oh,
They
but they just
weren't.
happened. There was one little
How
thing in there that's
great
worth
is
quite
that?
a bit of money. And it happens. It's like stuff like this here. These just like, oh, I'm knocking it over like
don't
plastic
break
beads.
the
But
display.
these here are amber. They could be worth £200 or £300.
Really?
But
No, and you wouldn't have a
you wouldn't
clue,
have-
would you?
But then we get
I
some like
wouldn't
this.
know that.
They're only worth a tenner. But you just don't know unless
No.
you send it.
And that's
the
why
secret.
you've got so many experts you work alongside. The
And
other
if-
thing where we were on the website there's also a section that says items we don't buy.
Yes.
So if you're not sure,
And don't
you
forget,
can
it all
click on
comes
there.
in the package as well. And you can call and just double check if you want to. But go on to We Don't Buy. It's right there. And you can click it down and have a little look. And then you'll find all... And like you say, really, it's the real breakable things like clothes and books and things.
You know, there are other places that take that. We just can't do that. But a lot of the problems with china and glass and all that kind of thing, the problem that we have with that is if it comes in a box, it gets broken. You put your hand in, you can get cut and damaged.
course.
So
Yeah.
you just to be so careful with them kinds
And
of
though
things.
modern toys are on there, you do take vintage toys.
We do take older toys, but we also take some newer toys. You just don't know. And I know it says no modern toys in there, but send it anyway because you might not know whether it's modern or old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
send it just to
That's so
find out.
true as well,
And we
yeah.
can still make you an offer for it. You know, even if it's a modern one. We always manage to get
If
it
in
through.
doubt, pop it into the box. And
Correct.
I think you are very much the only people that take virtually all and everything. When you have a little nosy on this table, I know you'll all have some of these items.
That's the secret. The thing is for everybody, you're doing it all in one go. Now, of course, you
And
can
that's
go,
why to use Vintage Cash Cow, because you do it,
yes.
it's all in one
all
go.
done for
Look, you can take it and put it all individually on eBay if you want. You can send it all to an auction. But you've got the time and fees and all the work that goes with it. People not paying you, not getting paid for the goods. With us, it all goes in. You've done it all in one go, and it just makes so much sense to everybody.
And I know I was reading you've sent out over 1 million boxes, haven't you?
Not sent out, but
I mean,
we've
received 1 million
over
boxes,
1 million.
that's
Yeah,
right, yeah.
I mean,
Don't send them out.
Yeah. Well, you know, but maybe over 2 million people have signed up to the service. Over 1 million boxes have come through the door. Tens of millions of pounds have been paid out to customers.
And how long have
In
you
a
been
short
going?
period.
In a
10 years, but
I mean, that's incredible,
The bulk
isn't
of
it?
it's happened in the last 3 years though.
Brilliant.
Because we were learning the business. We didn't know. We had no idea. We didn't even know if anybody had sent a box. So it takes a long time to develop it, and then people have got to find out who you are and learn who you are. And once they do that, and they see, like you said, the reviews, and they know that you're there, and you know, it's very important. Then we've also got a huge call centre that's here in our building, so you're talking to people where your goods are. We've got all there's maybe 70 or 80 people sat talking to customers. So if you make a phone call, you're talking to somebody to a person that's in the building.
And you keep in contact as well, say when the box has arrived, and keep in contact about the box.
All the way through.
Honestly, it is absolutely phenomenal. And don't forget, you need to get in contact in the next 24 hours for that extra 20% value on your box. So you're sending your goods in, you're getting that free valuation, but you will get that extra 20% if you get in contact right now using the code SELL20.
This is our exclusive offer. This is why you should do it right now. An extra 20% on the value of your box. As Hayley just said, use the code SELL20 and you will be honoured with that extra 20%.
And remember, not our website, it's vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can jump onto the phones. They're there right now till 3 a.m. They will be back at 9 till 5. But what I will say is get in contact right now. They'll send you out then that free postage labels, the selling guide that gives you loads of ideas of what you can and can't send. But don't panic. If in doubt, pop it in that box. And honestly, everything is free. And even if you change your mind and you decide that you don't want to sell your goods anymore, they'll even send it all back to you for free.
You've really got nothing to lose. So do get in touch, as we say, directly with vintagecashcow.co.uk and use that code. Make sure you get that extra 20% value added to your
TV
box.
exclusive.
That's brilliant.
And it's really lovely to get money into your bank account, isn't it? Money you can treat yourself. But actually, there is nothing better than having a bit of a tidy up, decluttering. It's a calmer home, isn't it? And I bet you've got lots of bits that are just there. You don't want to throw them out, but actually they're going to be rehomed and repurposed. And decluttering a home can make you feel, I think, so much better.
And Vintage Cash Cow work closely with a lady by the name of Vicky. We've met her, we've done shows with her. She's amazing when it comes to that decluttering your home and giving you the advice on some of the things that you should send in your box. Here's Vicky to tell us more.
My name's Vicky Silverthorne and I'm a professional organiser. That means that I go into people's homes and help them declutter and organise their belongings. A huge part of that process is the decluttering. Sometimes people are just so weighed down by the stuff they have around them. It could be that they have accumulated belongings over many years. It could be that they have moved house and not properly got on top of their belongings. It could be that they've downsized, they've upsized, they've changed style. They find it has a huge impact on everything from stress to mental health to just the navigating of day-to-day life. So by decluttering and removing items that they no longer need or want from their home, it just gives them that real sense of freedom and gives them a lot more headspace. I worked with one client who really felt the impact of her clutter, and she just needed some help and she needed to gain a little bit of confidence and get rid of things that she no longer used or needed, and we helped her through this amazing process, and it was unbelievable the amount of things that left her house, and it was amazing to see how much better she felt, how much lighter she felt, and how much emotionally less drained she was. Having items in your home that you don't necessarily like, that you might have inherited, isn't a positive thing all the time. So I ask clients to look at it in a bit of a different way. If you have something that you have inherited that you don't particularly like, but you feel compelled to hold on to because you feel it's kind of honouring that person that's passed, I would say to look at things slightly differently, to reframe it. And if there's things that are in a dark cupboard that you've been left, you know, they're not being honoured, or if they're just lying around and you're not using them anyway, then if you sold them, they would get a new life, and that's a really positive thing. But also, if you sold them, you could use the money to do something that would honour that person that's passed. So, did they love going to the theatre? You could buy theatre tickets in their honour. Did they like a certain type of food? You could go out for a beautiful meal with your family, thinking about that person. There are so many different things that you could do. And that, to me, is the perfect way to celebrate their life. So if the problem is that you've got this stuff and you want to sell it on, you need this solution. And that's where Vintage Cash Cow come in. They are the solution. And way back, I heard about Vintage Cash Cow and I thought, I've got to try it myself. So I inherited some items from a relative. I put some of them in a box, and thinking about one of them, it was a cutlery that I thought might be silver. I sent it off to Vintage Cash Cow and I thought, I'm going to try this because I want to know all about this for my clients. And it turned out it wasn't silver, it was silver plated, but I still got £70 for some cutlery that I'd sent over. So that was it. I tried it, I tested it, and then we started shouting about it to all of our clients. And it's so easy and it's all free. Have you got any of these items lying around at home that you no longer need or want? Jewellery, cameras, silver, gold, watches, coins. You go on their website, you have a little browse through what they take, what they accept. And then you send off for one of their postage packs, and then it comes through the post, and your postage label will also come through, which you just pop on your box. You gather items in a box, just a normal box that you've got lying around, and you gather the items that you no longer want or need. They don't serve a purpose for you anymore. You put them in the box, you put the postage label on when it arrives, and you send it off. Now, their team of experts, their vast team of experts, will have a look through these items, and then you will get an email or a phone call, and they will make you an offer. You can say yes, but you can also say no. And if you say no, the items will be sent back to you for free. But if you say yes to the offer, then the money will be in your bank account within a couple of days. If you're not sure, but you think you'd like to try it, then give it a go. Worst case, you get all of your items sent back for free, so you've got absolutely nothing to lose.
Absolutely nothing to lose and so much to gain. We met Vicky and she was so excited about how people feel when they've decluttered the home. But the great thing is when you do that, you could be turning that into money with Vintage Cash Cow rather than throwing it out, and that will be rehomed and repurposed, but with an extra 20%.
And Vicky was really passionate about the experiences that you can spend the money on that you make. Honestly, it's such a cathartic experience, isn't it? And you're decluttering your home at the same time, but it'll be such a massive amount of things that you don't think, could I really send that?
Yeah, if in doubt, pop it into that box, and obviously get in contact right now, because though Vintage Cash Cow will always take all your goods and they'll give you a great price, you're getting an extra special deal.
Exclusive.
With us. You're getting an extra 20% on the value of what you're sending in. So if you're sending in a box that's worth £500, you'll get an extra £100. So this is why it's so well worth getting in contact right now. You do need to use a code. The code there is SELL20, and that is our secret code to give you that extra 20% off. And of course, many ways to get in contact as well. And it's so easy. When the labels are sent out to you, all you then need to do, the only thing you need to get is a cardboard box.
Yep.
Everything else is completely free.
And then you're good to go. You box it up, you carefully pack all your unwanted valuables into that box. Then you're going to send it. Remember, everything is free. The pack is free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, even the returns are free if you don't accept the offer that Vintage Cash Cow make to you. Once you've sent it off, you're selling it. You get your fair, no obligation offer, and you're going to get an extra 20% on top of that offer.
My mum could not believe. She was like, really? I didn't think it'd be worth that. And it's great that money can be put into your bank. Or actually, my mum, she likes the old-fashioned way. She got a cheque. But all you need to do is get in contact right now for your free postage labels and the selling guide. It gives you a really nice guide of what you can and can't sell. Really easy to get in contact, either on on the phones right now until 3 a.m. The team are there. They're back from 9 till 5, but do it now, otherwise you'll forget, and you need to do it in the next 24 hours. So 0800 246 5508, or you can go via the website, which is a great way to do it.
That's the easiest way. Directly to vintagecashcow.co.uk. There it'll take you through, it'll guide you through the whole process. As you scroll down, it shows you how it works, but you click on that green banner and then you'll get your free postage pack. Just got to fill in a few details. Very simple, very straightforward, but very important.
Yes.
Use that coupon code, as it says there on the website. Sell 20, pop that into the box, and that'll ensure you get that extra 20% on the value of your box. Must point out the other way to get in touch, which you'll see on screen throughout the show.
There's a little QR code. Even I can do that now. It's really easy.
We did it. I trained you on it, didn't I?
And that'll take you straight through to the form.
Yeah, straight through to the contact
with your phone,
details.
like you're taking a photograph. Click onto it. Very good. We like that.
Secure your offer. There you go. Remember, you've got to do it in the next 24 hours. We've got some more fantastic people from the Vintage Cash Cow team to meet for you. Joanna and Colin are with us on the sofa. We're going to meet Joanna again because we've met Joanna before.
Yes, and we love her. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you do at Vintage Cash Cow.
So I've been there for nearly 9 years now.
Fabulous. Wow.
So it's such a long time. And I value the silver.
Yeah, so you're one of the experts, aren't you?
And you love it, don't you? You get so excited.
I really enjoy it. Like, no 2 days are the same.
Yeah.
Opening those boxes, Joanna, must be so exciting.
Like, honestly, I wake up and all I think about
every day is Christmas.
what I'm going to see. Because you just get to see, like, so many different things.
Brilliant.
It's amazing.
Absolutely brilliant.
And Colin, great to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
About your background at Vintage Cash Cow.
So I joined the business about 3 years ago. I had a phone call with Anthony, who you've met, our founder, and he said, come and see the business. And it's an amazing business, an amazing team. And so my team, basically having bought the box, they're responsible for rehoming, repurposing and recycle all these fantastic items which we buy.
And that's the great thing. We're not throwing things away.
No,
you do virtually everything, repurpose, rehome. It gets reloved.
Absolutely. And that's really such a core part of our business, and it's also really what drives a lot of the team. We know that all these items, which maybe people no longer want them, but actually we can rehome them, we can repurpose, and we can recycle them. And actually, I think it's over 99% of items we do that exactly with.
That's brilliant.
That's incredible. Even the cardboard box that you send.
Absolutely. Yes.
Recycle that as well.
Yeah.
And the great thing is you can send so many different things in. So we've gone for our label today. We're going to get an extra 20% on the value. We've packed it all up.
Yep.
What actually happens then when we take it to the post office, or even if it's too heavy, you will come and collect it. And so what happens when it arrives with you?
What's the process?
OK, so the post office hands it over to us, and at that point we scan it in. So it's really important to us to know that we've got the box, because when we send your label, it's a unique label with your details on, which we can see in our systems, and then basically we scan it in. And when we scan it in, we're doing something really important as well. We're taking a picture of the contents of the box. So what we want to do, we want to make sure we're clear on what we've actually got. And having got the box, and this is the brilliant team there, they're unpacking it, having a look at it and doing a sort. The cardboard box is now going to go off to be recycled, and now the team are going to take it forward into this. Is it? This is where the magic happens. I know. We've made it very clean for the filming. And so what the team, and this is one of our
huge.
It is. Well, we've got nearly 400 people in the UK in this office. That's in our team there and in the call centre, and we've obviously got people in Europe. But what the team are doing now, by different departments, they're looking at the box. They're understanding what the customer has sent in. You know, is it gold? Is it silver? What's the age of it? What could we do with it?
And you've got specialists for all these different things.
Absolutely. And the reason so many of us love this business, imagine being on Antiques Roadshow every single day, every hour.
Wow.
Every single box is different.
No
all these items.
Excited, Joanna.
I know, so we love it. And
you
all
must be waiting for that box to arrive.
It's exciting.
So again, we're looking at that camera. You know, can it be used? Can it be repurposed? What sort of camera is it? Is it just the lens? And then this is our fantastic call centre, by the way. And that's the team, Anthony. So it all happens there. And as you say, the box comes in. We need to make sure we've got it. It's correct. We've taken a picture of it, and then we value it, each and every single item. Then it moves through, and then we say, if we've bought it through our call centre, can we rehome it? Can we repurpose it? Can we recycle it?
That's fantastic.
Isn't it?
And of course, in between all that, you get in contact with the viewer to say that's how much your box is worth.
Yes.
You've got an extra 20%.
Yeah, absolutely.
which is so exciting as well.
Yes.
And then everything gets rehomed and repurposed, which we absolutely love. But it's all, there's so many different items. That's the most exciting thing.
So much care in the process, as we see there. Everybo's so passionate who works in the business,
well,
aren't
some
they?
things can be quite personal, and you know, you'll pack it up beautifully, but you look after it beautifully as well.
Well, as I said, and Joanna will say knows more than me, that all of our team in these departments, they love the product. They're product experts, and I think they treat these products with real respect, with real care. And actually, sometimes, you know, it's an operation we're trying to run, but sometimes we actually get caught up in the product, don't we? Yeah. And you can see people gathering around a table. Oh, what have you got? Oh, you know, it's one of those, and we're talking about the history of it. Yeah. So there's so much passion in the product. And Joanna's one of the best. She'll know the product, the story behind it, the history. It's amazing.
Just sitting in the pre-production meetings with Joanna, as soon as something's mentioned, she's like, yes, this, this, and this, and that's what this. And that's the passion that you have. But experts in every field, aren't they, Joanna,
Absolutely.
in your business?
Like from medals, we've got watches, jewellery, gold. There's definitely more.
There's so many.
We've even got, actually, games.
Yes.
No, like, what are they called?
What, like electronic games?
Yes.
Electronic games, we even have someone...
A specialist for electronic games.
Electronic games.
Which is incredible. And the Vintage Cash Cow has just grown through people sending items in, thinking, well, we need a specialist in that. Because you want to get the best value of absolutely everything, don't you?
We do, and what we wanted, as Anthony said, it started back in a garage with 3 people, but over time we've seen such a variety of goods, and what we work so hard at is understanding what every single item is worth in order to give the best possible value to our customers. And we do that by having the widest possible product knowledge.
And I think a lot of people won't realise the value of things. This is why it's so important.
No, and you said the call centre, when we had a look, one of the best calls, and Anthony does them sometimes, he loves me, when you phone somebody and say, your box is worth this, and it's above their expectations, and they are so pleased, and they're excited, and I didn't know that, and what they're going to spend the money on, and we can send the money the same day or get a cheque. So that's a great phone call to make, I have to say.
And sort of how many boxes do you think you get a day?
Well, we get over 1,000 boxes a day.
Oh, my word.
And again, every single box has got a different variety, different products, and it also tells the story. You know, somebody might be decluttering, or they might no longer like the item of jewellery, but we're saying we love everything, and we're going to find a new home. We know what it is, and then work out what to do with it.
Joanna, you love the stories behind everything, and it doesn't matter if things are broken, does it?
No, absolutely not. Even if things are broken, we can still offer a price.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's more than you'd even expect.
Yeah. And I think when they are broken, the value's there, but you don't throw them away, do you? That's the other thing.
Like, if something's broken in my house, I'd be throwing it away. But Vintage Cash Cow, we sell it. No, we sell it as like spares and repairs, or like we can sell it in a bigger lot. So we
And with metals and things, it doesn't matter, does it? Because you know, they've got a value whether they're broken or not.
It does not matter.
Yeah.
Backs of earrings, anything.
Backs of earrings. How crazy. One earring.
Earrings, I always lose this earring.
Just that one
Just
on the right?
Yeah, this earring. Do you know how many single earrings I've got?
So you could send the single earring. I love it.
Send them in.
Brilliant. And all you've got to do is get in touch. Just to reiterate, it started with 3 people in a garage.
That's right.
How many people in the team now?
So it's now 700 people across 5, actually 6 countries. So we went into Europe last year, and again, it's working really well. But in the UK, we've got about 500 brilliant people, product experts, love the business, love customers, and we love making people happy by making that phone call.
It seems still a real family affair.
Well, we're lucky we've got a great team, and of course we've got Anthony. So you know, we've got that big building, but he's at the helm. He's singing his songs. You know, he's doing his magic thing. He absolutely is.
I don't think you'll like that. We've got to remind you of the offer and the deal that we've got, because it is such a spectacular offer, because it's exclusive and it's an extra 20% on the value of your box.
How great is that? But you must get in contact within the next 24 hours. Really easy to do on the website, on the phones, use the QR code. But you do need to use that code for that 20%. Sell 20. And remember, all you need to do is box your items up. So all those unwanted bits and pieces, go and have a look in that box in the loft that perhaps has been sort of leftovers. Perhaps someone passed and you've got a box of things and you don't want to throw them away, but everything is going to be rehomed, repurposed. Pop it all into your box, wrap it up in newspaper, bit of bubble wrap, take some care, and then use the label that we send you. That's going to give you that extra 20% to actually send it in via the post office, or if it's too heavy, they'll even come and collect it from your home.
And you can send a box up to 30 kilos in weight, can't you? All you've got to do is supply the box. Make sure it's a sturdy box and make sure you pack everything, as Hayley was saying, carefully. When you've sent it for free, because everything's free, remember, pack is free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, and the returns are free if you don't accept the valuation.
And remember, when they value that free valuation, you are going to get an extra 20%. So if your box is worth £500, because you've ordered your label from us today, it means you'll get another £100 given. So though it's worth 500, you'll get 600. How great is that?
Got to remind you how to get in touch, because you're going directly to Vintage Cash Cow. So vintagecashcow.co.uk. However, you can call the team in the call centre. They're there right now through to 3 a.m. Then they're back in tomorrow between 9 and 5. But we would say take advantage of the offer right now. That's 0800 246 5508 if you want to call the call centre. That'll get you that free postage label and the selling guide, because the selling guide will show you it, because it's really simple, it's straightforward, and it
really
literally
great.
guides you through everything.
The website's fantastic. It gives you loads of ideas of what to do. And again, it talks you through boxing it, sending it, selling it. It also talks you through all the different things that you can and can't actually send in. If in doubt, though, pop it into your box. And whether it's broken or it's not broken, you might not know if it's silver or silver plated. Honestly, don't worry. It might be watches that are broken, cameras that are broken, might be vintage toys. The book is great, but the website's fantastic
It's
as well.
all on the website.
But what you must do is get in contact, and one of the easiest ways is the website. Of course, once you're on the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk, have a little nosy. You can read some of the items there. You can scroll down. It talks you through how it works. But as soon as you think, yeah, it's all free, why would I not get my postage pack? Click on one of the green banners and that'll take you through to a really easy form. But what you must remember to do, where's the coupon bit? You must put your code in there, sell 20, because that's the exclusive with Shop on TV. You need to get in contact in 24 hours. So right now, do it now on the phones, on the website. Use the QR code, use the code, and of course you'll get that extra 20%.
Now we talk about the reviews. We've got some great reviews to share with you as we go throughout the show. So let's take a look at some of those Trustpilot reviews that we talked about. Remember, over 22,000 5-star reviews. This one from Mrs. Y says, great service from start to finish. Communication throughout the process, and that's true, because we've used the service. It's absolutely
They stay
brilliant.
in contact virtually all the time, so you know exactly what's going on.
So easy to use. All you do is find a box and fill it. Take it to the post office, all paid for, and wait to hear for your offer. Brilliant from Mrs. Wise there. Thank you for that one. Karen says, I found the whole experience very easy. I sorted a few unwanted items, requested a label, and sent my box. The following day, it was received, and within a week, I had a really good offer, which I accepted, and the payment went into the bank the following day. Very helpful staff and polite. That's from Karen there. You can read so many of these 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. As I say, a great rating on Trustpilot as well. But we've got lots of little video testimonials we want to share as well.
People just like yourself, they're at home perhaps watching and thinking, oh, yeah, I'll do this. Send a box in. And then they really want to tell everybody just how good Vintage Cash Cow actually is. So this might be you in a few weeks' time.
Hiya, my name's Karen, and I just wanted to tell you about the experience I had using Vintage Cash Co. It was great. I sold old watches, just dress watches that I had that weren't working anymore. It would probably cost me more to pay to get a new battery put in, so I sent those away. I had some really ancient old phones, Nokias, that kind of thing. They went, and a whole heap of costume jewellery. I had a good old clear out of all my bits and pieces, new year and a fresh start. I'm going to be 60 this year, and I am funding my holiday to go and see Wales off the coast of the Shetland Isles, hopefully. The service was just brilliant from start to finish. It's completely free, and I mean completely free. They send you the labels in the post. You just have to box the stuff up, pop the label on and send it back. And they got back to me within a few days. Great.
You're one of my favourites.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, this is
Anthony
David.
just gave me a dirty look.
They're
then,
all
did you
giving you
see?
dirty looks from around the corner now. Colin's upset. Joanna's crying. Oh, you've upset everyone except David. Oh, and we haven't even introduced who he is. No. The lovely David Hackney joins us. Now, you may recognise David.
I think you will recognise him.
He's quite a character out there in the antiques world.
Yes.
We've worked alongside David a couple of times. It's so lovely to have you company once
And
again.
you too.
I think you were born into antiques, weren't you?
I was.
Was it a
indeed.
family thing?
Yeah, my parents were in the antique business, or the furnishing business anyway.
Yeah.
You know, after the war, you couldn't really buy new furniture, so they went to all the great houses around Harrogate and bought lovely things. And so I was brought up with
And
antiques.
there it began.
And there it began.
And it's changed, hasn't it? Sort of antiques and
dramatically.
things now.
Yes. I was a great furniture dealer for many years, and then that went sadly that way. But I've always been interested in nice watches and jewellery and things like that. So I do lots of house calls, and I see all these things. And as Anthony said before, the things that people think worth lots of money are probably not. And
True, isn't
And the
it?
other items that you spot in a house can be worth lots and lots of money.
Surprise.
Yeah, and we're going to look at some boxes,
course,
so it'll give
yeah.
you an idea of what you should be thinking about putting into your box, and sort of the value of boxes and things.
So the process when your box arrives at Vintage Cash Cow, your items are taken out and they're put into one of these boxes. That's why we've got these plastic boxes.
And then your
here.
name gets put on this, so we know exactly
your
who it belongs to.
details.
Right,
Yep.
fabulous.
So should we? This is
Right.
an actual
Can you-
box that's come in. So we're going to take a look at some of the value
Let's have a
of the
look.
items.
Let's have a little
that are
nosy in
and the
here.
There we go.
variety.
Well, there we are. This is something we see quite lots of. Binoculars.
Binoculars.
People have got these binoculars in the drawer.
And what
they
would
don't
you
use
do
them.
with them?
Well, they use for decorative purpose mainly now,
Yeah?
or
Yes.
props for film companies and things like that.
Oh,
But,
so that's
right, let's
yeah,
so-
great. There's
so
something
some
else in there.
costume
What's
jewellery
that?
there. So
Look at that
you
in a
know,
sec.
people have got these laid in a drawer. Today you get modern binoculars. They're tiny little things, aren't they? So it's like most things. They get, like mobile phones. They get out of date
you
in
can
no
have-
time.
Yeah,
Pushed in a drawer.
absolutely.
And another
yes.
pair of binoculars, again in the original case. So all these things are worth a few bob. Bit of brassware, we buy brass.
So things like this, I bet lots of people.
Yeah.
My mum was very happy to get rid of her brass. 'Cause cleaning it
everybody.
drives a man.
Once upon a time, people loved it, didn't they? Had
Yeah.
warming pans hung over,
Yes,
jam pans,
yeah.
Not
copper
anymore.
kettles.
Horseshoes.
That's right, horseshoes.
Yeah.
But don't give it away.
Younger people don't want
Send
to clean
it in.
it, yeah.
No, that's it,
yeah.
because that could
That's a
then
full-time
turn into
job,
money in
cleaning
your bank.
the
It
brass.
is.
So
Goes
this
on
is
and
this
on.
is a low value.
Oh wow, look at this.
It's a low value box.
You see,
this
I
one.
wouldn't think to put this in.
Yeah,
Electronics.
yeah, electronic. It's like a Walkman, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
Walkman. Yeah.
Yes.
So these are all the things
that's
that
got a
people.
value.
These are little value, not great value, but
it all
these
adds
things.
up.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
The whole box adds up. This is costume jewellery. It's not particularly very vintage, but we buy any costume jewellery, we sell stacks and stacks of it. So
Still more. There's
yeah,
still more.
there we
still
are. What we
more.
got here?
Oh, an old phone.
Now, can we send
Mobile.
phones in?
Well, I'm not sure about this, but obviously there's one here. So
We can
it
send
all
and
adds
see
up.
if it's
It all
got a
adds up,
value.
doesn't it?
Might have a value.
There's a charger in here.
Oh,
as well.
have you got any of those old phones? We've got one of the old phones with
the
the
old-fashioned.
dial-on.
Oh yeah.
That would be
Younger
good.
people have never seen one with a
No,
dial on, have
no,
they?
they
It's
don't know what to
amazing.
do they?
Bit more brass, and that's your cable for the mobile.
phone that we have
So this
there.
is a low value box, this one.
Right, so still got value.
Yeah, of course
but
it has, yeah.
We haven't found anything.
These are things that people have all got stuck in
Yeah.
a drawer not using. So don't throw them away or
And
give them away.
If you're putting your items together and you're thinking, how do I increase the value of a box? We can give you a little guide, and this guide is also on the website. It's also in your booklet as well. So if you do want to increase the value, there are lots of certain items that you can put in there to increase that
Yeah,
value.
and we'll give you tips throughout the whole of the show as well. But remember, if in doubt, pop it into that box any of your unwanted value. Even though this is a low value box, everything is worth something. And then send it with the label that you're getting from us today, because don't forget, you have got an extra 20% on the value of your box. And when you get that valued box, when they say it's worth that, remember they'll add on the 20%, and then you can actually accept or not accept. If you decide it's not as much as you would like, they will actually send the box back for free. So you've got nothing to lose today. We'll mention free a lot, but send it in, because this box might have something
this is
exciting
a smaller box,
in.
but a bigger value, I believe.
This is a better value than the last one.
We can't even open it.
Oh gosh,
There we go.
it's sealed shut.
So what have we got here?
Oh, what have we got?
We've got...
Now, is that
bits and
quite a good
pieces.
idea? Because there's lots of bits and pieces.
Well,
to
we
put
sort
them into
everything
a
out.
bag like
We've got experts back at the head office, where watch dealers, watch experts.
Right.
We've got costume jewellery experts. We've got gemologists that look at rings and stones. And
Brilliant.
So we've got a
And that's
great
what
range.
we put them into a plastic bag. So if you've just got a little bit, so it doesn't get lost.
This is some
bag them
gold
up.
in here, so we won't open it. But obviously, gold is a lot of money.
Oh, do you want me to
It's
look
a very
after
high price. Yeah.
Don't give it to her, David.
Here's some silver. Silver, even if it goes black and dirty,
And you don't need to know if it's silver or not. If
If you're not sure, just put it in the bag and
Yeah.
we'll sort it out.
Great.
When it gets back to the head office.
Oh,
this is some
wow.
pewter. People have got these laid about.
Oh, yeah, lots of these from the mantelpiece.
That's right.
And
yeah.
that's going to have some value.
It's just got a little value, but it's
It
all
all
things
adds
we
up.
buy. This is a little sugar thing. A little
gosh.
thing goes in the back for sugar. This was probably made about 1900.
Oh, wow.
Not a great value these days because people don't like cleaning it again.
Yeah.
This is a napkin ring. All these things have got a value. And this box will be a lot more money than the last one because of the gold and the silver in it.
Now, could I be
I'm
cheeky?
gonna
Can we
grab that
nosy
gold.
in the bag?
We need to have a
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, have a look in the
See
bag.
what there is.
Well, I think that's the lot.
I think that's a lot in there.
I think that's all our goodies.
But it's a high value.
So let's have a look in the
There's the silver.
silvery one.
The boxes come into Vintage Cash Cow. They rebox everything, take a look at everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
so this becomes your box with
Yep.
your name, with all your details on, and then all the individual specialist people. So
us two,
this is
like,
going to go to the
magpie.
gold specialist. This is going to go to Joanna because I've got the silver.
I can't tell you how many times I've been to a house and people throw things like this in the dustbin.
And we don't want to throw it into
I know.
landfill, do we? Everything
Yeah.
has a purpose. Everything's going to be
These have got a
reowned,
value. Not an awful
repurchased.
lot, but a value.
But but the great thing is it all adds up. Honestly, when we did Mum's box, we bagged it up and we really did think it'd probably be worth about, I don't know, £10, if that. And it was at £75, but then don't forget you get an extra 20%. So absolutely everything. I think I've got an odd earring here.
Yeah.
Well, it
I've
can
got a
be
necklace.
broken jewellery, can't
I've
Yeah,
got-
broken jewellery, yes.
I've just got
Odd cufflinks.
a little. It should have a chain on it, but there's no chain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't like a pendant.
Doesn't matter. No.
And then a brooch.
If you're not sure, just put it in the box.
So there's a
Honestly.
brooch there. Look,
You mustn't be afraid of
Pendant,
sending things
there's-
in, whether they're broken, whether
No.
it hasn't got the chain. It doesn't matter.
it could be jewellery that's not fashionable anymore,
That's right.
that you don't wear anymore.
That's right.
And that I would look at that and think, oh, I don't know if that's worth much, but that could be actual silver, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So without realising, I wouldn't realise that was silver. And even if things haven't got hallmarks,
We have machines for testing them, yeah.
it doesn't matter, does it?
And we're going to talk about that technology a little
Yeah.
bit
And
later
sometimes
on.
things haven't got hallmarks. It might be a ring that's been resized, so the
That's
hallmarks,
right.
or it's worn because it's that old. So
That's right.
still,
Yeah.
there's still more in this bag. There's a load.
Now, I know
So-
you haven't seen in
all these
detail
goodies.
everything that's here, David.
You can
but
see, yes.
Ballpark figure? Would you have a ballpark figure? What
well-
you'd be looking at? Because you don't know.
Well, in a box like this, it would really balance on the
the
silver
jewellery.
and the jewellery. It would really, because this metalware is not great value, but it's stuff we want.
This could really top it
it's-
up.
The costume
yeah.
jewellery, a watch here, probably working or not, doesn't really matter. We buy watches.
And remember, box up everything all the unwanted bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But here's a little tip to boost your box.
Yes, this
because
is
there are
good.
ways to get some extra value. So gold is a definite good one to pop in. And again, if you're unsure if it's gold or not, don't panic. Pop it into the actual box, and you know that they'll take a nosy. They'll know if it's gold or not. But costume jewellery, and I wouldn't think about sending costume jewellery, but costume jewellery, it might actually be a precious stone, and you didn't even realise.
We sort it out when it gets there.
Yeah. And things like cameras now, don't just think it's your vintage cameras, your digital cameras as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, those ones with the little screen on
Even
the back.
broken cameras, you know, because
broken cameras as well.
we've got customers that buy cameras off us that don't, you know, want them for spare parts as well.
Right.
Same with the watches. If they're not working, we have watch repairers that come to see us looking for spare parts.
Right.
So they've all got a value.
Yeah, and do
Don't
send
throw it
in
away.
even old watch boxes, you know, the box your watch came
Yeah,
in.
that's right.
Because you might be able to marry that up with the
With the watch, yeah, sure,
And
yeah.
it's still got a value. Everything seems to have a value with Vintage Cash Cow, which we love. Now, this box we're quite excited about.
Well, this is a better
because
box,
this is
this
the
one.
high value
Good
box.
in here, apparently.
Let's have a look.
So watch closely, you might have some of this.
Here we are. We've got...
What's that?
Oh, is it a Game Boy?
Oh, it's a Game Boy, I think it is.
Oh,
yes,
we
that's
have
right.
got one of those at home.
People have got those in a drawer, doing nothing.
Hey.
Because you don't use them
You,
anymore.
you wouldn't think there's a value much to that, but there is.
But
There's
there
value.
is.
Yeah.
Pop it in the box.
Let's have a look again. What's this? Costume jewellery and watches. I'm not sure how good these watches are, but...
Shall I have a little nosy? Let's have a little look.
Oh, there's a spare link.
We'll have a deep
we'll have
dive in there.
Yeah.
Spare link there for one of the watches.
What else have we got, David?
We've
Oh,
got a
wow.
piece of silver here, look. There it is, well hallmarked, look. It's a fairly modern piece, but...
So there's a
Now-
selection of watches we've got here.
Yeah.
So
But
all
David's got
bits-
some silver.
But it doesn't matter if they're...
Oh, you've beaten me, David.
Sorry about that.
How did you manage that? Just because you
But
know.
these watches
you know what
can be
you're doing.
quartz watches, mechanical watches, automatic watches. It doesn't really matter. We buy any watches, working or
There's
not.
all sorts here. So let's
Yeah.
have a look at what you've got.
Now we've
'cause
got a
that's
piece of silver here.
And that's just. What was it?
Nice
Is it like
hallmarks.
a little dish?
A little
or-
dish, a little probably presentation. Has it been? No, it hasn't been. Oh, yes, it has.
It's got
Somebody's name on
engraved,
it, yeah.
yeah.
It's got some
it has.
engraving on
Yeah.
there.
So because it's gone dark like this, people think it's no value to it, but
You-
it's solid silver.
Yeah,
though.
you might not think it is silver, but
That's right.
But send it in.
Sure, yeah.
Because super.
Right, that's it.
Let's have a look.
What have we got here? Oh, what's in the box?
This looks
Ah,
posh.
what's in the box? There's a programme about like that.
This is just an empty box.
It's empty.
Ah,
Again,
but
we like it. Jewellery boxes.
has
we want.
value.
Yeah.
We'll pop one of the necklaces
Yeah.
in there.
And that's a watch box, so that's got a little bit of
I
value.
love the fact because I bet loads of you save boxes like this. I know I do. Pop
want-
them
yes,
in.
we want them
They've
to
got
put the-
value.
There's a bit of pewter. This looks like a silver cigarette case, maybe. I'll
Right,
just put that
yeah.
there. Let's have a look.
And I mean, this is dented, bit tired.
This
but
is
still
not silver.
Send it in. And what's yours there?
This is a cigarette case. Again, people have got these in a drawer doing nothing. People don't use them today, do they?
They were skinny cigarettes.
Many of them
weren't
are silver. These
And
be worth
don't
Oh, it's
quite a
throw
lot.
these
heavy.
items away. This is the
No.
point.
Yeah.
Because everything's got a value.
Well, we know what's in there.
The gold. Gold.
So this is what makes it a high-value box when there's gold in it.
Oh, more electronics.
This is
yeah.
what,
These are
a Kindle.
tablets and
Kindle
things.
is it?
Oh, is
Yeah.
it Kindle, that
I think
one?
it
Those
is.
tablets.
This is another one, yeah, tablet, yeah.
And I bet lots
So
of
we
you
want
got bits
those.
and pieces like
They
that.
still go out of date, so people stick them in a
Well,
drawer.
that's it.
They
and
upgrade,
think,
don't
that's
they?
right. And there's
No,
another
oh,
one.
I've got another little watch in here. Is this a watch that's more
that's
value?
a gold watch, is it?
We've got a coin here.
Oh,
So it's a good box.
You wouldn't
this.
Yeah,
think
that's a good
coins
point.
and things.
Coins
Yeah.
and
It's not-
currency, old currency.
That's right.
Different currencies that have gone out of
That's
use.
a very old watch, this one. Here, look. It's
What's
made
that-
in the
what's that one?
1930s. And this has got a gold... The actual watch is gold. The strap is not. But it's a lovely watch,
and
isn't
you
it?
just don't know, do you? Would you know if that watch was more value than this watch, or if this watch is more value than... We wouldn't know. We need to put it into the box.
That's right.
And
We'll
this
tell
is the one that's the value. But
Yep,
we
this one,
wouldn't
yeah.
know, would we? Pop
No.
it into your box.
That's right.
And get vintage cash cow
right.
to value, because you've got all the specialists
We have. We've
in
got-
all these fields.
Medal specialists, we've got watch specialists, we've got specialists in every subject.
Fabulous.
Actually, when you go on the website, you'll be able to go through all those different departments, and the specialist actually pops up. And so you can see the heritage and the expertise when
Yeah.
you go through to those different sections. And maybe we'll go to items we buy, we'll go to watches and pocket watches.
Yeah.
And when you go through there you go, straight away, the specialist pops up. And then when you scroll down, it guides you through all the different types of watches that you can send. But if you're in doubt, out, send it. It will have a value, even if it's broken.
Yep.
Yeah,
Another mobile
even if there's
phone.
bits missing, another phone we've got there.
Oh, look here. The
Oh,
silver.
this looks good.
There's a good silver bangle there, look. There's a big parcel of silver here. I mean, silver's a great price. You know, like the gold, it's all been doing very well.
Any unwanted bits of jewellery that you're not wearing, it could be that the bangle's broken, it could be a bracelet that's broken, it could be one earring, it could be earring backs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And I mean, this looks again dirty, unloved. It will be reloved, rehomed, repurposed.
Oh, yeah.
The value of silver and gold recently has
been great.
immense,
yes,
hasn't
absolutely.
it?
That's a little bit
that silver as
That's
well?
silver, yes.
Did you hear the value of this box?
No, how much is this one?
Well, this was valued, are you ready, at £750. However,
Oh,
if
yes.
you'd have sent it with our exclusive offer...
Now, would you have got another 150?
Another £150.
So you would have got £900.
Yeah.
Very good.
So 750 would have gone up
How
to 900.
good is that?
Remember, our deal is exclusive, that 20% code, but you must use a code. You must use the code SELL20 and you will get that extra 20% on the value of your box. It's really important that you use the code. All the details there for you to get in touch. So you're going directly to vintagecashcow.co.uk. All you need to add is your cardboard box. Make sure you've got a nice sturdy box. And when you box it, you carefully pack up your unwanted valuables into that box. Then you're going to send it. Remember, everything's free. The pack's free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, and the returns are free as well.
And you're getting an extra 20%. That's why you need to get in contact right now. The deal is only for 24 hours, and it's so easy to get in contact, whichever is easiest for you. If you want to call, they're there waiting till 3 a.m. on 0800 246 5508. They will be back in the morning from 9 till 5. However, do it right now. All you need to do is give them your details and they'll send that label that will give you the extra 20% on the value of your box. Or you can go onto the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk. And on the website, it's really interesting because it talks you through again how it works, what to do. But as soon as you think, yes, I want that free postage pack, click on to that little green banner, takes you through to a really easy form. But remember, find the coupon code bit and pop in SELL20 because that will give you that extra 20%. And throughout the whole of the show, you'll also see a QR code and that will take you to that form as well. So it's really easy, but do it now because getting that extra 20% is only for the next 24 hours.
I was just going to say, it's a time-limited offer. Don't let life get in the way.
And I know we're busy.
Yeah, do it right now. So many people signing up, and all you're doing is, well, it's no obligation,
It's all free. If you're sending it, you're going to get sent the free pack. You're going to send your unwanted items for free. Take it down to the post office. If you're struggling to get it to the post office, they'll even come collect it. All you need to provide is the cardboard box that you put everything into. And then they'll give you a free valuation.
Yep.
And if you change your mind and think, oh, it's not as much as I wanted, or actually I've changed my mind, I'm going to keep it all, they'll actually send it all back for free. But actually, the great thing is not only are you going to get money into your bank account to treat yourself perhaps, or perhaps the car needs fixing, you could go towards that, or perhaps you fancy a weekend away, you're also decluttering the house a bit. And that, I think, is so calming. Sometimes you just need...
Yeah.
And everything's
Clear your mind,
repurposed,
isn't it?
rehomed, so nothing going into waste. You're not throwing anything away. And the great thing is so many different things that you can send.
And when we talk about the reviews and the testimonials, so many people say they got more money than they were expecting from their box.
And the
you will get
service
more
was
money
so good.
this time because you're getting an extra 20%. So please take advantage, get in touch right now, vintagecashcow.co.uk, or call the call centre. The team are there right now. We talk about reviews and what people have to say. Let's take a look at another one.
In all honesty, I didn't really know a lot about Vintage Cash Cow, apart from what I'd seen on the television. But I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to give it a go. So I gave them a call and they said, honestly, just leave it to us. Have a sort through things that you don't want, send it to us. It's absolutely as easy as that. So I had a look through. I sent them some silver spoons, 4 old watches I found, a pair of binoculars, a commemorative stamp, a medal, So really nothing terribly exciting. Oh, and a gold bracelet that had been mended so many times that the jeweller said, please don't bring it to me anymore. So really the hardest thing I found was trying to find a cardboard box to send everything in. I sent it off. I couldn't believe it when the offer came in. I thought, wow, I think we all have a sort of figure in our mind of what we think it's worth, but this far exceeded it. So I put it towards my holiday in Lanzarote, and here I am. Thank you very much, Cash Cow.
It's so great to listen to your customers' testimonials because the service is so good.
Don't only come from the customers though, it also comes from all the staff as well. The staff love it, the customers love it. It's all kind of thing. Yeah, fabulous.
It's the first time we've met you, Colin, tonight. And that passion from everybody comes across, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not just saying it because he's the boss, but and he's sitting next to me, and he's clearly your favourite.
Hayley said it, not me.
Well, okay, so I've got a chance. But the passion comes from Anthony, you know, from when he founded the business, from his knowledge about product and working with customers. The passion goes all the way through the organisation, and if you've been to visit us, you can feel it in the building.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we're going to talk about technology here, aren't we, when it comes to... Anthony's like, what?
Well, sometimes things must get sent in, and if they haven't got hallmarks and things...
Yeah.
How on earth do you know
Even though you're
what
experts.
they're worth? I guess you've got all the experts, so they'll have an idea, but you truly can test things, can't
Yes,
you?
and we're going to do a bit of science in a moment. But before we do the science, I think it's important to say is that in the first place, it's about our people.
Yeah.
So the first thing we do is our experts will look through items.
And we saw that on that clip,
we'll see
didn't
it
we?
first.
You've got so many experts in so many different fields.
Exactly, but we'll use technology, but that's almost the second line. In the first place, some of our people, they can almost feel some of the metals, that they can get a sense of it. Some of the gemstones, some gemstones will feel cold, whereas synthetic gemstones won't feel cold.
Right.
So they've got a real feel for it. If he's walking through the warehouse at 25 yards, he can spot something and say, that's that, and he's always right, which is very annoying. In the first place, the team looking at hallmarks, but some items don't have hallmarks.
Right.
So we then use technology.
No.
So it's only small, but like our founder, it's powerful.
Mighty.
So,
Has there always been technology like this about, or is this quite new?
There's been technology for a long time, but I think what Colin just said, they're not hallmarked, but there's also another side to that. Not all marks are hallmarks. So you will see marks on things that look like they're marked,
Yes.
but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a hallmark.
Right.
So it all goes through a system like this here, which Colin's going to show you now. And this here is thermal equipment that does something special, like Yesterday's World.
This is why we're going to ask Colin.
We sat Colin next to it.
He knows how to use it. I know. I don't. Yeah, I don't need. It's really strange. I can tell by the feel of it.
Eyes and feel.
But that's after 50 years of touching the stuff. So, am I that old?
not. So again, the experts first, but also some hallmarks to Anthony's point aren't correct. And some people, sometimes things are manufactured with hallmarks which just aren't true. So we've got to look at it in the first place, but then we'll use this device, which is an X-ray fluorescence device. So it uses X-rays and it can understand the material which we're putting into it. So we've got two items on the table here. Now, I've been in jewellery for many years. This is nice and shiny. I think this is the one, so I'm going to test it.
Right, OK.
So here we go. What could possibly
I'd
go
probably
wrong?
be the opposite and think the shiny wouldn't be worth so much because it looks too shiny.
That's why you're not an expert.
This is because I'm going to show my expertise. And I'm going to press the button because it's got that lustre, hasn't it? So I didn't look for a hallmark because I'm wearing my glasses. It had that lustre. It's got that sheen. I think it could be good.
It's not.
Not gold.
Oh, now we're looking at the screen.
Oh.
A Cupro nickel.
Oh.
Low carat. See the numbers?
Oh.
So that would have to say it would come up there 9 carat, and that's coming like 0.45.
Oh, right.
So, it's
So
not
I was like the expert then because I said it didn't look like
Colin,
it
you've
was
let us down. You can leave now, Colin.
Right, okay. That's me.
You've let us all down.
But anyway, but again, there is a tiny amount of gold in there.
Yeah.
Again,
Tiny
So it's got a word.
tiny amount.
A coating.
Yes, exactly.
Coating.
Or we could maybe repurpose it, or that could be used. But let's try something else then.
Doesn't mean we can't buy it. It just means we can't buy it as gold.
No.
But we will still buy it. Whereas a lot of companies say, oh, no, we don't buy that. We
don't
give it
have
back.
that.
We don't take that. We don't do this. We don't do any of that. We take just
it all,
everything.
right. Everything's got value.
But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, gold doesn't tarnish, so maybe it doesn't look that shiny. So it's probably just base metal, isn't it? So let's test it. I'm not so sure about that one.
You don't need a machine, do you?
I am the machine.
You
are a machine. It's true.
Okay, so our survey says...
There you go. So there's you see the number there at the top, 9.3, 9.42. So then
Isn't that clever?
But if you look all the other materials in it as well, it's actually telling you all the other metals.
The breakdown of everything.
The breakdown of the composition of all metals in it. So it's clever. But what we also find nowadays, because the price of all these things has gone up so dramatically, that people try and trick people. And what they do, they add hallmarks and they'll put marks on. So there's trickery as well. There's trickery in the business. So we have to use these.
You get the true value.
Yes.
If it's not through the expert, it's through the technology. You've got both, haven't you?
But we've also got to be careful that we don't buy something that's marked as gold and we pay hundreds of pounds for it and then it's fake gold.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of that around at the minute.
Now, it doesn't matter if... I know lots of you might be at home and you've got bits of broken jewellery or you've got one earring or you've got the back of an earring. It doesn't matter if it's broken.
It doesn't matter. Broken, damaged. It can be a set of beads. It can be a clasp off the beads. It can be a pearl necklace. It doesn't matter what it is. Just send it. Honestly, if you send it, you'll find out. If you don't, I mean, there's thousands of things. It's not just jewellery. I mean, if you look at the variety of things, I mean,
well, we've got some spoons and things there.
Yeah, well, they can be silver. They can be silver plate. So they've still got a value if they're silver plate, but if they're silver, they've got a bigger value.
And you probably wouldn't know, so send them in.
You must send them in.
Yeah.
And this here's Joe the Bear. This is Joe the Bear, the money box. Look at Joe the Bear. So that one there, I mean, it's a brass thing, but this is probably German, little money box.
Right.
And this is probably about 1930, 1940.
And that would
something.
have a value?
It's got a value, because somebody will buy it and clean it up and they'll put the money in the back of it. And then I think you've got they must have a screw in it somewhere. There, sorry. My eyes out. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry,
it's like
screw
a really
loose.
big screw. Hold on a second. It's like bigger than the bear. There it is.
I can go anywhere, please. I don't need this. So let me put my glass.
Oh, look! He can stay at home to be insulted. He doesn't have to come on TV to be insulted, by the way.
But even look, what I think.
A lot of people, I bet, would probably throw that out, and that could be money.
Well, my wife would probably throw it at me.
Oh no!
Yes.
Look, there's that discreet screw.
Where is that screw? I don't know how to get the money out of it.
But again, and back to your point, if an item is broken, again, when we looked at the metal composition, we'll recycle that item and we're going to basically try and get the value out of each and every component of metal in it.
And that's what you're so passionate about, is getting the value out of everything.
Because a lot of items, they're actually alloys. They're made of different metals, but we can see on the analysis it's got different items in there. Copper's probably more valuable these days than it has been more recently. So we're going to get if it's a broken item and we can't repurpose it, we're going to recycle it and we're going to get all the value out for our customer.
And when it comes to gold, it's a good time to sell gold, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen, but
it does vary, doesn't it? But gold for many years, lots of people have been so excited about the value of gold.
It is, but everything's worth something. Everybody goes on about gold. Everything's worth.
That's what I like about you.
What?
It's everything.
Well, it is. It's very important.
You like
I didn't think you really liked it. Really?
I think a lot of people will be at home thinking, oh, I haven't got any gold, I haven't got any silver, I haven't got anything.
But it's not just about
that. Everything's got a worth, so put it into the box.
Get it in the box, go around. You just don't know what you've got. You've got to go in the... You've got to get in the bedroom, the outhouse, the coal house, the greenhouse,
in the loft.
The spare room.
The spare room and the shed at the bottom of the garden. You've just got to get in there and go and
My mum's
have a
got
look,
loads of little dishes. They've got lots of it is rubbish, but there's bits in there
of course there are.
that you know will be worth something.
Exactly.
And when you go to the website, this is the other thing I love. It talks you through everything. When it said the section for me,
very easy.
What the items that we buy, go to that and go down to where it says see all items. Click on there. And I think people will be blown away by this section, won't they?
Well, not only will they be blown away, we've got a very, very good lady now, a lady called Anita, who's very, very special. And Anita is making this better all the time, and all the team, we've got a wonderful team of people that are creating it and making it better for using all the time. And what's happening, every week it gets better and better and better. It's developing all of the time. Now, for a long time, It's stayed the same for a few years. But
Right.
we've got the most wonderful team of people that work on all these things, and it's all about trying to make it easy.
It's easy to
for
navigate,
for the
yeah.
customers. Like
And
if
it
you,
is.
No, it really is. If you go book a flight now on a website, you don't realise sometimes you click, you book your flight. You don't realise how much work's gone into the back of that to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how we're trying to make this so that everybody.
Yeah.
Make it easy, and the easier it is, because a lot of people that use our service are older as well, and they need it to be easy to use. And we've got wonderful people helping everywhere, and we help with it, like hand holding all the way through the journey.
And if someone did need to ask, you know, an older person, perhaps not so good on the internet, could they ring and ask and say, "Well, I want to speak to Anthony"?
I do calls.
Yeah.
I call people. I do. I call people. I talk to people. I don't mind any of that, because I think that's part of the overall thing of the business that we do. Everybody does everything. Not one person. You don't just.
You can see that. You're all involved in.
Everybody's involved in everything. I mean, even the ladies in the kitchen that make the teas and the lunches. You know, if we need them out to help, they'll come out and help. So there's.
Because you are so busy at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, we were talking about this,
Absolutely
weren't we?
so busy.
It's like taking a life of its own on.
And I think the other great, even though you're so busy, the great thing with us, that exclusive offer that we've got, remember, you've got an extra 20% on the value of your box. So whatever your box is worth, Vintage Cash Cow, through that exclusive deal that we're doing, you're going to get that extra 20% as long as you use the code SELL20, an extra 20% on the value.
How great is that? And of course, that is exclusive, so you need to do it right now. You've got 24 hours to get that extra 20%. And you can see there, either website or phones, or use the QR code. But remember, it's really easy to do. You're going to box all your goodies up. All you need to do, everything is free. You're going to get the free postage pack. You're going to get the free, postage to send it. You box it up. You put all your unwanted items, wrap them in a bit of newspaper, a bit of bubble wrap, box them all up, put your label on that you're getting into contact with us today, because that's your extra 20% label. Then you'll send it off via the post office, or if it's too heavy for you, you can do one box, 30 kilograms. But if you can't manage to get that to the post office, they will come and actually collect it from you. So Vintage Cash Cow will sort out picking it up, and then they'll give you free valuation. And if you decide that valuation isn't quite what you hoped it would be, and remember, it's going to have an extra 20% on top because you've got in contact today, you can say, well, actually, no, I've changed my mind. Can you send it back? And they'll send it back for free. But what you will be so shocked at is that lots of items that you thought weren't worth anything, it's all added up. And then they've said, well, and we'll give you an extra 20%. You think, oh, my word. It's like winning the lottery at times. You think, oh, what am I going to spend that on? And there's so many things. Perhaps you need to get the car fixed, or perhaps you want to go away for a weekend. Perhaps you want to treat yourself to afternoon tea or something.
I remember when we spoke to Vicky, she inherited some cutlery from a relative. And she wasn't sure if it was silver or it was silver plate, so she sent it off. It turned out to be silver plate. But with the money, they went out for a family meal and created memories. And that's what it's all about, converting those unwanted items into cash.
And Vicky is a declutterer. Yeah. So another thing, I think lots of us are trying to declutter a little bit. It's hard, isn't it? I can't throw anything out, but you're not. Everything you pop into that box, it's going to be rehomed, it's going to be repurposed, it's going to be possibly reloved. And how great is that? Not throwing it into landfill, not giving it away. And that's what was great for Mum, because my mum's the same, won't throw anything out. She's got lots of boxes from Nana, Grandma, my auntie, and she's like, I don't want to throw it away. But you know that it's going to be repurposed and reloved. And you could buy something in memory of them that you will use, that you will have out. So honestly, I think Vintage Cash Cow is fantastic because they've got such passion, but they will take so many different things.
All you've got to do is get in touch. Go directly to vintagecashcow.co.uk. There it'll talk you through the entire process. It's really simple and straightforward. You can call the team in the call centre right through to 3 a.m. They are in again tomorrow between 9 and 5, but do it right now. Take advantage of the offer
you
right now.
might forget, that's the thing. And remember, the deal is only for 24 hours and we're here and really, really busy.
Hundreds of people already signed up, hundreds more people in the process right now, so please take advantage of the offer. And
don't forget, if you do it via the website, you must put in the code.
Yes.
Look for the code, coupon code, and put in SELL20.
extra 20% on the value of your box. And it's all about what people say as well when it comes to vintage cash cow.
Well, it's such a good surface, isn't it? You know, that everyone is so excited about how well they've been treated, what the service was so good. The money they were offered was so fabulous.
On Trustpilot, over 22,000 5-star reviews,
Just
and
a
the
few.
rating is spectacular on there. Lots of people want to talk about their experience, so let's take a look.
So I saw an advertisement for Vintage Cash Cow. I got together some costume jewellery that belonged to my mum before she passed away. Some of my own jewellery, some British and foreign coins, a camera, and a watch, that I don't use anymore. Parceled it all off. It was very simple. The team were brilliant to talk to. And I was amazed when I got £214. That has already gone to a new sink I needed for the kitchen, and the rest is going to a holiday. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. What are you having a little nosy?
Just having a look. I think I've just seen it. No, there's a lot here.
There is a lot of all sorts here, but we're going to talk about jewellery. Do you get sent quite a lot of jewellery?
We get a lot of jewellery, but like I said, we get a lot of mix. It's the mixes of lots of different kind. Like you look here. I mean, I just know from looking. But that there's from Spain. It's a gold-plated bracelet that everybody wore in the 70s.
Right.
So one of those trendy pieces.
And they probably thought that it was gold when they bought it. And
Very
it
often
probably
stamped as well.
And it feels quite heavy, actually.
It has actually. Look, it's got a hallmark, but it's not real.
Yeah.
No.
It's got a hallmark on.
Yeah.
So somebody will have been given that by a grandmother, and they've said, "There's my expensive bracelet, and it's gold, and it's worth thousands." And in truth, it's worth a tenner.
And we often say that, don't we? We send things in thinking they are worth, and they're not. And then you send something that you think it's not worth, and it is.
And then you go from that to looking at something like that. Now, this here's 18 karat gold.
No way. You see, I
is.
would have said the bracelet was worth more.
And that there's worth £1,200.
Gosh!
But it's because it's 18 karat gold.
it's light as well.
It is,
Oh,
but
my
it's
word.
just
It's
18
higher
karat, and
carat.
it's higher carat, and that's why it comes.
And you know that by looking. Is there a hallmark on there?
It doesn't. I don't need one.
You don't.
It's good, isn't it?
No, yeah, there is. There will be one. Let me just. Sorry, I couldn't see the screws. So I put my glasses on to have a look at this one. Oh, look, David's got it there. It's actually. Oh, there is. There's a foreign mark on it. But it is. It's not. That isn't English. It's actually foreign.
David, you double check that and tell us if it's
There's a
right.
foreign mark just in the corner there. And then these
there
here,
is,
these are
High
all
carat,
like small. So it's a high carat piece. And then these here, that's gold, and it's got some silver on the edging.
You can see.
My
You can
nails are
see
nearly
that.
as nice as yours.
Oh, they are. Yeah, look at you. Have you had a manicure?
Only to come in.
There's a different colour edging. So is that?
Oh, that's nice.
So it's gold in the middle, and what about the outside?
Silver around the
Right.
edges, and gold in the middle.
Wow, it's quite nice.
Now, you know when you've valued boxes, and have you made the calls when it's like really, really high value and spoken to someone?
Yes.
That must be so
That must be so exciting.
Well, I can tell you, we had a box one day that was in a 6-figure sum. And somebody had actually posted that box to us without any extra insurance.
No.
A 6-figure sum.
So the box is insured for £300, but you
Yes.
can ring and get extra insurance.
I've
can't
got a
you?
funny feeling that that's gone up.
Oh, right,
I think
okay.
we're in the past from 300.
Right,
I think
okay.
it might have gone up a little
Well,
bit.
we'll check
Or
those
it's on the
figures for
way.
you. And it'll be on the website.
But you can increase it anyway.
Yeah.
Everything's there.
So they just sent it in regular.
They just sent it in regular, and we made them a 6-figure offer. So when you get something like that, that excites somebody, because they didn't know, otherwise they wouldn't have put it in the post in the first place. But they're few and far
Can
between.
you remember what the item was? What was the? Was there a few items?
No, there was a lot of jewellery in it, and they just obviously didn't know that
it was a value.
A value.
I think a lot of us just don't, though, do you?
Otherwise, they wouldn't. And now these here, that's a little diamond and sapphire ring.
Oh, that's pretty as well.
It's a pretty little thing. I mean, it's not hugely valuable, but it's got a value. And this has got some small diamonds in. Now, those diamonds, they're not worth a lot of money. I mean, David will tell you there may be what they call a 10... I better put my glasses on, haven't I?
10 point.
With the, like, small 10-point
You look
diamond.
clever with your glasses on.
I feel clever. And I feel clever when I'm stood next to him. And they have...
Slightly illusion set, really.
Yeah,
They're meant to look bigger.
But they're not worth a lot of money. But They do
Right.
have some value to your
So-
box.
It's what
they-
you always say. Everything's got value.
Everything has a little bit, and they're even smaller in that ring there. But we will allow some money for those as well, so everybody gets, you know, something for them. Now, if it was a big 5-carat diamond on its own worth 50,000 or something, we'll buy that as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what it is.
No.
So
No.
these are all what we'd consider higher value. Sorry.
I was just going to say, to remind anyone, because we get new viewers all the time, Anthony's one of the founders when it comes to vintage cash cow.
I
am. David, you're an antiques expert for many a year.
And David's been very much involved with Vintage Cash Cow since the beginning, really, hasn't he?
Well, I can tell you, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be any vintage cash cow. It's only after I met him that I decided to do it.
How
brilliant.
interesting.
Yeah, I met him in a tent.
Oh,
Yes,
should
but-
we ask more?
I don't know if it's time for this story, I'm not sure.
I think perhaps you should explain.
He had a
marquee.
sarong on. Sorry,
It was a marquee.
I met him in a marquee. He still had a sarong.
a
and
tent.
He had a crowd. He was performing to the crowd. You can imagine, can't
Oh
you?
my goodness.
I thought this
I
guy's
think that's
marvellous.
enough.
Oh, fabulous.
And then,
This guy's magic.
and then we've been inseparable,
Inseparable.
We have,
ever
yeah.
since.
You became great friends.
He's been
And
wonderful.
good friends,
Yeah.
and
He runs
also he's also helped me to understand, because I mean I had a little bit of knowledge, but what you learn in this business from other people, and David's got like 87 years of knowledge, and I've got all of it. And then he only looks 50, he looks marvellous, he does. I'd settle now for 10 years under him if I could just have buy it there.
He's a wonderful businessman. He's wonderful to his staff, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, you can tell
When he
that.
walks around that place of his, he knows everybody's first name. I can't believe it. What a memory he's got.
And everybody we've met, there is such a passion for vintage cash
the
cow. You know,
business, yeah.
I think if you cut them all in half, it'd be written like in a stick of rock.
No, it is.
Everybody loves it, don't
and
they?
that's what's really nice. It's nice for the people and it's nice for the customer. The staff and the customers are all kind of linked together. Even if it's from the call centre, like I said to you, on the building in the site where we are now, we call it Vintage City. It's got that big.
Oh,
It was a garage. We're now building Vintage City.
Adding another building.
No, we've added 5. Yeah. So we've got all these places, and we're going to speak to the council and see if we can rename it Vintage City. I don't think they'll allow it.
I think it should be allowed.
And it's really interesting because somebody has, I mean, years ago you used to be able to take all that array of goods and go to a second-hand shop somewhere and maybe sell it. They don't exist anymore.
No.
The small antique shops, they've gone. They're not. I mean, David is testament to it. He had an antique shop for many, many years. Oh, there you go. He had 3.
And it's all changed, doesn't it?
It's all changed, but people need the service to be able to send the goods in, to be able to get a price for them. Don't get me wrong. You can always go sell it for more money. You can go take it all, sell it all individually if you've got the time, the inclination. Ours is about convenience of service, it's about trust, and it's about knowing if you send it, you're going to get paid. And the minute we value
No
it, we
fees,
pay
no
you.
commission.
And there's no fees, no commission, like David says.
And it's all
And
in
an
one
extra
place.
20%.
I forgot that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
extra.
very important.
And it is all in one place, because over the years, lots of us have tried to sell bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, I see some coins there. So you'll take coins and things like that.
There's so much product we take. So, you know, I was telling you about costume jewellery, tons of it.
Yes.
About 10 tons of coins, old copper pennies, old threepenny bits, old 2 bobs and 5 shilling pieces.
I mean, this looks lovely.
That's a specimen set, though, so that's always going to be worth some more money. That's been, a collector will buy that. That won't, it's a collector's piece. So it's not just a value for the 50p and the £2.
Right.
It's got a collectible and intrinsic value as well as.
But again, if you've just got odd coins,
we buy them as well because we can take them and we'll sell them to a collector. He'll buy a big pile of pennies or a big pile of old 5p's.
Amazing.
Some coins from the early part of the century, like 1900, 1910, 1920. Some of them are silver, some of them are half silver.
Okay.
So we get you can get the silver value for them as well. So it's just amazing what's out there. It's just.
so if in doubt, pop it into the box.
Put it in the box.
Yes.
And what's really crazy is I look at the stuff and think, we get busier and busier and busier, and I think all that stuff must be gone now. And then another 1,000 boxes come and another 2,000 come and it just gets busier and busier and busier. So people need the service.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and for
that's
so many reasons,
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
It's not always about the money.
Yeah.
It's about decluttering.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about downsizing. I don't like saying this. Some people get divorced. They don't want the stuff. They want to get rid. And not nice to say, but You know, unfortunately, it's part of life. People pass away. People have a lot of stuff in the home.
Don't know what to do with
You know,
it.
they've got to get through it.
And you don't want to throw it away, that's the thing. That was us. You know, we've got a lot of things from Nana and Pop and Grandma and Granddad and my auntie.
Lots of the stuff you sent, wasn't it?
In boxes upstairs, it didn't fit into Mum's home, but there was no way she was going to throw it out. Yeah. But to know that this is going to be repurposed, rehomed, reloved, we didn't throw it out. We sent it to Vintage Cash Cow. And then the money, you bought something in memory.
Yeah, it's not always about the money. It's about there's 1,000 different reasons to do this, and there's never a right time or a wrong time. There'll be people watching this show tonight that have been thinking about having a clear out for years. Yeah. They'll have a look tonight and they'll go, do you know what? Now's the time. And there'll be others looking and think, oh no, I'll leave it for a minute. But act now, because the time's right to get this stuff out there. Get it into a box, get it sent in, and get your extra 20%.
Yeah,
it's do it now.
Free. Yeah, you must do it now because they're only 24 hours to get this extra 20%. So get in contact. Remember, you must use the code, and that code is SELL20. And you can get in contact in various ways. It could be via the website, the phones, or the QR code, but you do need to get in contact right now. You've got 24 hours, but I'll do it now because we tend to forget. Tomorrow will come, and then all of a sudden, another weekend's gone, and then before you know it, we're into another week. Yeah. Do it right now. And this is two of the ways. Yeah, phone number or website.
On the phones, the team are there live in the call centre right now, right through to 3 a.m. As Hayley was saying, they're also back between 9 and 5 tomorrow. But do it right now. 24 hours is the time-limited offer, but life gets in the way if you don't take advantage now. 0800 246 5508. You can go direct to the website and direct with vintagecashcow.co.uk. This is the page you'll come to. When you look across the top of the bars that you see there, items we buy, items we don't buy, how the process works, why use Vintage Cash Cow. It's such a great service.
It's a lovely website, and then as soon as you decide, and do decide, straight away you've got nothing to lose. Click on the green banner saying get in your free postage pack, fill in all your details, but remember the code. Go for that code, SELL20 into the coupon code there, and that will make sure that when you send your box in, they will actually offer you an extra 20% on the value of your box. So if the box is worth £100, it'll be worth 120. If it's 500, it will be worth £600.
Another £100.
If it is £1,000 in that box, it'll be £1,200. So honestly, this is the way to do it, and all you need to do, it's all free. Get in contact, and even if you change your mind after they've valued your box, they'll even send it back for free. You've got absolutely nothing to lose.
Everything's free. The pack is free. You've got your phone number that's free. You've got postage that's free.
There's the QR code as well, if you like using the QR code. That however you want to get in contact.
That takes you straight through to the offer. You just take advantage, and remember, you must use the code SELL20. Gets you that extra 20%. So many people have loved Vintage Cash Cow.
It's the service, I think. You feel the passion from Vintage Cash Cow as well. It's the excitement of finding out perhaps that something was worth so much more than you thought. It's the offer of that money in your bank and then thinking what you might spend it on. There's so many reasons people use Vintage Cash Cow, but so many people are just so happy with the results.
So I had a couple of old watches that were just sat in the drawer at home, and I kept putting off doing something with them. I tried selling them on other sites and had no luck. And then I kept seeing these adverts for Vintage Cash Cow. So I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose, so I'll give it a go. When I started the process off, realised that it is actually completely free to use. So they'll send stuff out to you. It's really easy, really straightforward. They send everything. It's a win-win situation, really. So they send the stuff out. I sent these watches off, and it's really quick. They came back to me really quickly. I had an offer. It was a nice offer. I was surprised with it, really, considering these were just sat in my drawer, these two watches. Wish I'd done it sooner, really. So I accepted the offer. So the whole process from start to finish was really straightforward, easy, and they're very helpful throughout the process as well. And with the extra money, I'm just going to treat myself to a new handbag. Thank you.
Oh, it's so lovely. People are so excited, aren't they, with what they find?
They absolutely are.
Now, we've not met Molly before.
Molly, it's lovely to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you.
Tell us a little bit about your background and what your interest, your specialist field.
Right, so I've been with Vintage Cash Cow for about 3.5 years, and I love coins, old things over, you know, a couple of 100 years old.
wow.
We're looking at the Romans, we're looking at the Greeks. That's what I love to
The
look at.
historical sort of things.
Absolutely.
And the stories
absolutely.
behind everything.
Yes, absolutely love
And
them.
then you'll look at the value of everything as well.
Of course,
obviously.
yes. So there's the sort of human side to it, and sort of looking at these pieces and thinking how many hands these have passed through,
wow.
and
Gosh,
thinking about
yeah.
all the stories that these pieces have and what they're going to go on to have after they pass through our business. And then, of course, there is the value to them.
Yeah.
There's the sentimental value, but then there is, of course, the monetary value as well to all of these pieces.
So when you're at work at Vintage Cash Cow, are you opening the boxes?
Yes, I'm doing a little bit of the opening, I'm doing a little bit of the teaching, we're doing a little bit of everything
so you're
in
doing
between.
a bit of training there as well?
Yes. I love to teach other people about the stuff I love, and it all helps us sort of learn together.
So tell us some of the stories of the things you found, perhaps, if you can.
Things I found. Well, we've got some coins in front of us.
Okay.
So
lovely.
these are always something that I enjoy pulling out.
Make
Oh
a gap
yes.
so we can see them.
You can
There
see
you go.
all of them here.
I think we've got
Yeah,
those.
you can leave them there. We
Perfect.
can get them there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So with the coins, I think the coins are absolutely fascinating because they're stuff that, you know, people just carry around in their pockets. It's what you have in like random drawers in bowls. You just sort of throw them away.
In bowls by the bed.
Exactly.
Or,
you know, just trying to empty your pockets for the next thing that's about to fill them up.
Now, we're looking at this at the moment, Molly. This is the kind of things that people collect, isn't it?
It is.
But
it
then
is.
it just gets put in a drawer and they pile up another one and another one.
And another one, and it just kind of gets forgotten about. And the thing to remember with all of this is, as well, is that, you know, not even 100 years ago, people were walking around with gold and silver in their pockets. We kind of forget about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, you take something out of your pocket, you put it in a drawer, you leave it there for 50 years, pass it down to your kids, or you get it inherited from your parents, and then suddenly you find that you've got a couple of, you know, gold coins sitting around.
These are gold
They are. And the tricky thing with the coins is that there's no hallmarks. We've been talking a little bit about marks, a little bit about hallmarks, but there's coins, you don't get those marks on them. You have to know your dates with the coins.
I wouldn't know, obviously. So to send them into Vintage Cash Cow and then find, because they would be quite valuable, would they? Am I right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, gold is ever sort of going up and up and up. I mean, this had the original sort of nominal value of £1, if you can believe it.
And then,
but, you know, market value, scrap price value,
I would have
it all
no
changes.
idea they were gold. You know,
Yeah.
From the field.
No, not at all.
I mean, you polish up a copper penny and, you know, you just don't know if it looks any different.
But of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
And then you can look at the dates and think, look at the history. Like you say, how many people have touched those coins? I've never even thought about that.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And they've all got that same little design on them, that George and the Dragon design that was brought about in 1817 as we know it today. And they just keep going with that design until this very day, basically.
And then what about these ones? We've got some very large. What are these ones?
So those are crowns. That is a Queen Victoria crown. You see her there.
Wow.
That's the Jubilee head of Queen Victoria. Now, there was a couple of different portraits for Queen Victoria. That is the one for, of course, her Jubilee in 1887. There was a bit of, you know, controversy over the design of her portrait. Apparently, she didn't like it all that much. She thought that she looked a bit grumpy and it wasn't super popular, so they changed it fairly quickly after that. They did indeed.
Oh, so that could be quite rare then, because it was...
So,
yes.
The grumpy one.
the grumpy one. Key dates, anything, you know, around Jubilees, anything around coronation. If you know your royal family, the coins are the one for you, basically.
And this is the expertise we're talking about with Vintage Cash Cow. Obviously, Molly, your expertise is in coins, but there's experts in every field,
absolutely,
isn't there?
absolutely.
And that's the other great thing. Remember, with Vintage Cash Cow, you're not just sending coins. You're not just sending gold or silver. You can send everything in that one box. That's why it's such a great service.
And that is the thing. And then you've got all the specialists like Molly. Oh, I've destroyed this box already.
No.
Put that back in. This is lovely.
So that is a bit of an unusual Maundy set. Now, Maundy sets, you probably only hear that particular word used at one other time of the year, which is Maundy Thursday.
Yes.
You can possibly make the connection there. So that is technically a little sort of fantasy made-up set of a Maundy coin for Edward VIII. Now, that's probably not a king very familiar with. He seems to sort of get lost in a little bit of the history. He is a king that was never crowned. He was the eldest son of George V, but he decided he was going to marry American divorcee Wallis Simpson. If you watch The Crown, this is a rather good section in The Crown.
Oh, yeah.
And so they went, well, you can either marry her or you're not king anymore. He went, fine by me, and he was off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is a little funny set because, of course, Maundy coins got a huge history to them, given out by the monarch on Maundy Thursday to a select group.
We went to Windsor,
we were saying to Molly before the show.
We
went to Windsor and we saw some of the Maundy coins that the royals give out. Again, it's great history and heritage, but you might not know what anything's worth.
No.
And that's why you need an expert, and that's why Vintage Cash Cow is so passionate about experts.
And you really like vintage items, so...
Historical things.
Historical, antique items. So we've got a couple of, like, unusual little ones here. They are gold. You might notice that the gold looks a little bit weird. You can see that it looks a little bit grey at the top, isn't it? So that's an interesting sort of occurrence that happens with slightly older, often Victorian pieces. The Victorians were obsessed with ancient history. They were building their empire. They were looking at empires of the past, and they decided they wanted to wear the jewellery of these empires as well. You know, history, archaeology as we know it today, that was all going on.
So like the emblems.
Exactly. They were finding all of this beautiful stuff in the ground that had sort of worn away but still had that sort of lustre and expense of the ancient world. And so they thought, well, we want to wear that as well. And that's what they made. So the gold that they had doesn't always look super, super bright. It might
I wouldn't think that was gold for a minute, not even by feel. And like you say, by look.
And again, we don't know.
But you just don't know. So send it in. And is this a gold surround on this?
It is a gold surround on that. So this is a lovely sort of example of the Victorians meshing sort of a sort of ancient aesthetic with their own. This little guy here, well, I say little guy, he's got the mutton chops that is very, very classic Victorian hallmark facial hair, but he's sort of done himself out as sort of a Roman emperor on a cameo, as emperors would do of old.
Fabulous.
It's so interesting, isn't it?
It's so interesting.
And what's so important is that you don't need to know that history because the experts at Vintage Cash Cow know it back to front. And they've also got the technology that we talked about. If they're not quite sure, they can use the technology to get that valuation, can't they?
Molly, lovely to meet you.
So
Your
interesting.
Passion, and I love the sort of historical side.
And it's the same.
Everything.
The thing we love is it's the same from every person we meet from Vintage Cash Cow. Whatever their field is, that passion's there, isn't it?
Yes.
And you must
and
feel
there is
that in
expertise in virtually all and everything. There is.
There's someone at Vintage Cash Cow for everything, whatever it is. You know, you can send it on in, and there's someone there who will look at it. You know, much as I look at coins, I go, oh my goodness, there'll be someone on there with electronic games, with binoculars, with optics, anything like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And to open those boxes, oh my word.
A little bit like Christmas every day.
I love that.
I imagine you open the top and like a gold glistening sort of light comes out. It's like, hey! And who gets in the box first? And that's what it's all about tonight, is you sending all of those unwanted items that you've got at home, even if you don't know if it's got a worth. Whether it's, I wouldn't have known those coins were gold. I wouldn't have known those brooches. I would have possibly, awfully, thrown one of those brooches away because it just looks like
got a value.
A bit tinny and a you know, funny colour.
We don't know.
Just don't know. So send it into Vintage Cash Cow because they do know. They've got all the specialist team, like Molly, like Joanna, and that's what it's all about. Them giving you true value with an extra 20% if you get in contact
for
tonight.
your unwanted items that are shoved away in a drawer or a cupboard, and so many different variety of items. Now, this is our exclusive deal that you can see on screen right now. It's a 24-hour time-limited offer. Vintage Cash Cow are going to give you an extra 20% on the value of your box. So if you've got a box worth £500, you're going to get an extra £100 on that value.
So you actually get £600. How great is that? And you must use the code, because remember, this is a special for Shop on TV.
Yeah.
It's an exclusive.
24 hours.
So use the cell 20. Yeah, you must get in contact within 24 hours to get that right label. And then what do? Well, then you find all your unwanted bits and pieces. You wrap them up and put them into it. All you need to provide, everything is free. You just need to provide a cardboard
Just the box. And there's 3 simple steps. You box it, that's the first step. Once you've got your cardboard box, you carefully pack your unwanted valuables into the box, you send it, and remember, everything is free. It's the free pack, a free phone number, free postage, and if you don't want the offer that Vintage Cash Cow give you, it's also free returns for you. So send it off, and then you're going to sell it. You're going to get that fair, no obligation valuation. So there's nothing to lose.
You're getting that with an extra 20% added on, and then it's what are you going to spend that money on?
Ooh.
And that's the exciting thing. And do you need a new phone? Perhaps you could put it towards that. Do you fancy a weekend away? Do you fancy going out for dinner? Do you fancy going to the cinema? Or perhaps put it towards a holiday. Perhaps the car needs fixing and you just haven't got that extra cash. That's the lovely thing. But another great thing is, I think for me, I'm rubbish at throwing things out. And the lovely thing is, you know, when you pass these things on to Vintage Cash Cow, they don't throw things away, they rehome, they repurpose absolutely everything. And I think that's really important.
So important to a lot of people, because if it is something you've inherited, you don't want to throw it away. This will be rehomed or repurposed. And reloved, yeah. And then you'll get some value from it with that cash offer that they make you.
And also for me as well, because I don't like to throw things away, it helps me declutter.
Yes.
And sometimes just getting rid of a few bits and pieces that you don't really use or touch, or you've got boxes upstairs that you haven't looked in forever. Perhaps you're paying for storage and it's pointless. That could be making money rather than paying for storage. The great thing is decluttering sometimes just makes you feel a little bit calmer. The home's a little bit more peaceful.
Again, it's so easy to get in touch. You go to Vintage Cash Cow directly, or you call the number, and the team are there waiting to take your call. Just to remind you, 0800 246 5508, vintagecashcow.co.uk.
And they're on the phones till 3 a.m. They will be back at 9 till 5, because remember, you've got to get in contact in the next 24 hours. But I would do it right now, whichever way, or go onto the QR code, whichever way you want to do it. Do it right now so you know you've secured that extra 20%. And the great thing is, oh my goodness, so many people so excited about the value of their box. But if you're at home thinking, right, OK, yep, I've sent off my labels, what should I do next? How do I pack my box?
We're going to run you through the whole process. I say we, our friend Vicky, who works alongside Vintage Cash Cow very closely. She does a lot of decluttering in her career, but works with Vintage Cash Cow day in, day out. And she's going to talk us through the whole process.
Yeah, and the great thing is, watch her putting all these different items into that box, because we're going to value that box a little bit later on in the show.
When people know I work with Vintage Cash Cow, they often ask the same question. Where do the items go, and is it legit? So I've visited the Vintage Cash Cow warehouses several times, and I see exactly where it all goes. Picture a huge, vast space full of hundreds of experts and many, many zones. Every single item that comes through goes to these experts, and every single one is picked up, looked at and valued with care and attention. So yes, I've seen where it goes, and yes, I was more than impressed. So yeah, Vintage Cash Cow is legit, and it's a fantastic service. There are so many places that these items have come from to end up with you. You might have inherited them, you might have been gifted them, you might have decided to collect some items and then changed your mind now. There are so many places. Maybe you've upgraded a piece of electrical equipment, a camera or a phone. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because Vintage Cash Cow will take them all. So where are you going to find these things in your home? Well, everywhere is the answer. Have a look in your junk drawer. How about the back of your wardrobe? What about that shoebox under your bed? How about your loft? Look everywhere. They might be in plain sight on your shelves, and you've forgotten they're even there. You don't even notice them anymore. Your sock drawer. How about right at the back of your sock drawer? And day to day, as you come in your home, Start looking at your house and every area slightly differently and see if you can spot those places that these hidden gems are living, and then gather them together, get them in the box and send them off to Vintage Cash Cow. What could you have in your home of value? So I've got a few things here on the table that I'm sure will look familiar to you, and we're going to go through a few just to see what we've got. So to start, here are all items that Vintage Cash Cow take. Here are miscellaneous metals, different types of metals. Put that in a box, send it off. They will definitely give you something for that. We've got here costume jewellery. Now, they will be able to recognise if any of this costume jewellery has any silver or gold in it. You might not recognise it, but they absolutely will. But as well as that, you'll actually be offered money for the costume jewellery. So this, you might think is costume jewellery, but this is actually silver, and they will value that as well. Amongst other silver items here, again, you might recognise these kind of things in your home. What else have we got on here? Watches, old watches. Now look, this one is broken. It doesn't matter. It might have a small crack in it. Scratches, it doesn't matter. Send it off, put it in the box. These all mean money for you. Also on the table, let's have a look here. Okay, gold. Lots of people have gold lying around in jewellery boxes, never used, not really thought about anymore. Send off your gold. Gold has a great value. And look, one of them's even broken. It doesn't matter. If it's broken, scratched, send it off anyway. You'll get some money for these. Let's see what else we've got on the table here. We have phones. So we've got Android, Apple, old phones. Look, this one's cracked. It's got a big crack in the middle. It doesn't matter at all. Send those phones off. They all have some kind of value. And the experts at Vintage Cash Cow, there's all these zones in this huge, huge warehouse. They are the experts in their field. The camera zone, it will have piles of cameras and someone will just be sitting there. They know their stuff and they will be putting values on all of these items. The costume jewellery department, I've seen it myself. It is vast and they are going through every single item one at a time, working out what it's made of, what its value is, jotting it down, and that's how you end up getting your offer at the end of the day. So also on this table, we have coins. Now, again, we don't know much about coins. They do know about coins. They know about every single one of these. Have they got silver in these coins? If they have a higher value. A lot of the old coins have silver in them, so they'll be worth something. So again, in a drawer, the back of a drawer, dark and dingy, if you've got these old coins lying around, pick them up, wrap them up, put them in the box and send them off and see what you get. We have got watches here again. These might not be high value, they might not be ones that you know about. They will know about them and they'll be able to put the value on those. We've got over here, really familiar, I know I had several in a drawer in my house, cameras. Now some of these are digital, some of them aren't digital, some of them are really, really old. I've seen the table of cameras at Vintage Cash Cow warehouses and it is so impressive. Again, some of them might have come back round and be more desirable now, so they might have a higher value than you think. They might not just be an old camera that doesn't work that well. So send your cameras off, wrap them up, send them off and see what you get back. Okay, so we've got medals here. Now this is such a specialist subject and there are experts at the Vintage Cash Cow warehouse who will know exactly when these are from, how they came about, and that's not the kind of knowledge that we'd have, but they're military experts, they know their stuff. There are so many items that Vintage Cash Cow take. Like I say, huge warehouse, full of experts, full of these zones, and they know what they're doing. We don't, they do. So send it all off and see what you get. So I'm going to give you a few little tips on how to pack your items so that they safely arrive at Vintage Cash Cow. So start with costume jewellery here. I'm going to put them all in this bag together, making sure I've got all those little bits. Make sure that's nice and closed and secure. And there we go. They will go straight in the box. I don't want anything to fall out or get lost. And what should I do next? Coins. I think this bag is a good one for the coins. So we're going to put coins in there. I'll do those for you in a moment. And then next we are going to get the camera. Now, obviously breakable pieces on here. So I want to make sure this is wrapped really, really well. Lots of bubble wrap here. Nice puffy bit of bubble wrap on the bottom. A nice puffy bit of bubble wrap on the top. And in our box, that goes too. Now, when everything's in the box, I don't like there to be lots of gaps, because if there's lots of gaps, as the box is in transit, then things can wiggle around a lot. So I want things to be nice and secure. So I'm just going to put an extra few bits of bubble wrap on the top of my box. Just cut an extra bit there. And I think that's going to be much more secure. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I've packed up my box nice and safely, but just before I get it to the post office, I'm going to put my little mark on it, and the next time you see it, you'll be able to spot it in the Vintage Cash Cow warehouse.
How exciting that could be, you packing your box and discovering what it's worth. But remember, you will get an extra 20% on the value of your box if you get in contact with us right now. And you're going via Vintage Cash Cow's website or a free phone line. Or you can click on the QR code, whichever is easiest for you. But you must do it now to get that extra 20%.
Vicky explained just how easy it is to put your box together, but this is the exclusive, the 24-hour time-limited offer, that extra 20% that Hayley just mentioned. But you must use the code SELL20. You can get directly to vintagecashcow.co.uk. It'll talk you through the process, and there's a little banner where you put that code SELL20, and that'll ensure you get that extra 20% of value. The team are in the call centre right now, 0800 246 5508. They're there right through to 3 a.m.
Been busy, and we've had a fabulous night. We've got Colin back with us now, which is really exciting.
Hello again.
Because you're going to prove to us sort of high-value items don't have to be a big brand name, do they?
Absolutely. Well, let's first of all look at those big brand names, but then let's look at, because we talked about this earlier, hidden value, where you may not think there's value there.
So that we recognise, but you think all that probably won't be worth much.
Because actually, I know we were talking earlier about use of technology in our business, and I know everyone talks about AI, but what we do also as a business is look at selling prices for all these items. We're always looking at selling prices and how items are getting more desirable in the pre-loved market. And so that informs these items which might have more value than you might think. But let's first of all, let's dream if you're lucky enough. So obviously we've got a Rolex here. We all know about, you know, a Rolex. That's a very, very special watch. And as you know, over the past few years, Rolex watches and also those prestigious brands, Rolex, Cartier. There's a Cartier on the front.
Box as well.
It's in the box. It has the papers. So all those brands, if you're lucky enough to either own or have inherited, again, send them in. We've got experts who know these, because particular models, as you know, have different values. Some of the rarer ones, sometimes even if it's not working properly, if it's a bit battered, send it in. Because again, that's what we talk about, refurbishment, or indeed some of these, we can actually use the watch parts. We can
fix another
exactly.
Watch. Right. So everything's got a purpose. Everything's got a value, really.
Absolutely is.
Yeah.
But so down here we've got all kinds of faces.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, there's all sorts of bits of watches there.
And they might be able to reuse in another watch itself.
And I suppose some bits might be gold and you don't realise.
Exactly that.
Yes.
So that's the sort of, we know those big brand names.
And you can easily throw that out. Don't throw it out.
No.
Send it.
Send it in.
To Vintage.
Send it in.
Absolutely.
So then we've got the brand brands we talked about, but then let's talk about the brands we know about, but actually are getting more valuable.
Okay.
So on the front, I think there's a Seiko, that steel watch there.
Really?
So Seiko, yeah, I think
Yes,
that's
lots
Seiko.
of people will
So I
recognise
think
that name.
they're getting more value
Okay.
on the pre-loved market, so they're quite interesting. Also, any older watches, you can see the sort of gold-coloured watch there with the leather strap. Go to the
Right.
left, go, no, one along, that one there. Is that a Hamilton?
And again, look at this, and you'd probably think it's not worth a great deal.
No, and you think that's old, but actually maybe that's 50s, is that 60s maybe, but if it's got a hand winder, if it's not quartz, that could be interesting. And I was working with some of the appraisers the other day, again, on because I love to go down to the tables.
Yeah, I bet.
We are all like magpies. You know, and you just, so you look at the table, what have you got, what have you got?
Yeah.
And one of our appraisers had a couple of Accurus watches, and we know the brand name Accurus, it's a fashion watch, but back in the day, Accurus used to do lots of gold watches.
Right.
And if you look in the back of a watch, and it might have 25 on it, it might have been a watch given for somebody's 25 work anniversary, and that might be a gold Accurus watch.
Wow.
So again, if you know, so some of these brands, it's really interesting what's happening. So again, brands like Seiko, Swatch, you've heard of Swatch, which we've all seen them in the airports.
Yes.
They're the plastic.
I've got some, I think, at home.
Now,
Yes.
Swatch is really interesting because some of those models are incredibly, if they're rare, they're very valuable. And it's remarkable.
Mine.
You know, it might be the Mickey Mouse one, or who, you know, as in the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
You know, but it's remarkable. And now pens are also interesting, you know, the brand names, but older pens tended to have either gold nibs. Again, we can identify it's gold and get the value out for it.
And there's loads of different pens here. So,
Yes.
you know, if in doubt, pop
Send it
those-
in.
And they don't need to be in the box, but if they're in the box, send them in
There'll
the
be
box
more value,
as well.
So that's pens. Now, cameras also, we know about cameras, you know, different sorts. There's a camera lens there. If you have a camera lens on its own, that could be valuable because some of those are really sophisticated pieces of kit. Often if somebody's bought a separate lens, they might be really into photography, and again, we'll know the price for that. Or indeed, we might have had 2 days before the main body of the camera. So we can put it together.
You married it,
Yes. So again, we're repurposing. So send it in.
And does it have to be a camera like that, or can it be a little clicky camera?
Now, interesting. Now, let's have a look at this one here, because you talked about this. Digital compact cameras. Now, so how do I know it's a digital compact camera? If you turn it round, it's got a screen on the back. If it's got a screen on the back, send it in.
You've got some of these.
I think we've got 2 of those.
Send them in.
Mum's definitely got
Exactly.
one of those.
Because actually there's a market for these. Now, if it
Great.
works, if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, send it in. So they're really interesting.
Brilliant.
And we've talked a bit about coins. The thing
Yes.
about coins, I think Molly was explaining this really well earlier, is that earlier, a lot of coins were silver. We know that recently silver prices increased. So if you've got coins, be the modern but be the old, send them in.
And again,
coins,
you won't know probably if they're silver or not.
No. But because, of course, a coin isn't going to be hallmarked itself often, but they're relatively heavy. So it's got quite a lot of metal in it. So
Right.
coins, send them in. We talked about banknotes. So, and we talked earlier, so by the way, this watch, this is called, that's a pair, I believe it's a pair pocket watch. It's got a pair of cases. I've got to be very careful about this because so you might look at that and think, well, okay, it's not gold, but actually, as you open it up, it's got 2 cases and it's beautiful.
wow.
I think it might be over 150 years old. So the problem about these things, I get nervous holding them.
Oh,
so,
gosh, yeah, don't
drop it.
Don't tell Amy that.
I'm being really careful.
And
And
look
it
at the
does,
profile
it
on
does
it.
come
Yes.
out.
So it's got a pair of cases. There are 2 cases. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, God,
That's interesting.
God.
But again,
So
that
it's
might
got
have been
its own
overlooked.
case.
Might have been
Oh, look
overlooked.
inside.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, right?
Molly would like this.
Oh,
There's history here.
wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? Great history of that.
And this is the thing.
Yes.
These are the kind of things that could be in a drawer by the side
could.
of the bed. They could be in a cupboard. You know.
And it might be dusty. You might look at that now. We're looking at it now and realising why it's a really lovely watch, but that's because we know the history of it. But if that's been in a box, in a drawer, and you think, oh, I'm not sure about that. Or spoons. Those spoons could be silver. By the way, if you've got 2 or 3 spoons missing, it doesn't matter because we might have had spoons in earlier.
Yes.
We can make the setup.
Yes.
All those kind of
And
things.
I think things like the spoons you've probably had handed down to you, and you think, oh, I don't want to throw them away because they were a gift, but we just don't use them.
Yeah.
And that could be money in your bank.
Absolutely. And then the thing you and I touched on earlier, modern I don't want to call them antiques, but modern pre-loved items which are growing in value. So Lego is a really interesting market.
We spotted this and we were like,
I know.
Lego?
I know.
Really?
So you think, because especially you think, well, hang on, that's a modern thing, but actually it's been going quite a long time. So there are two things. First of all, full Lego sets are really interesting and very collectible.
Right.
But even if you have a box, it might be your kids or your grandkids, if you've got a box of Lego, mixed pieces, send it in.
No way.
Because actually we can now help, we can work out how we can clean it and sell it on because it's desirable. And we know about sort of modern computer games, or relatively modern, even these items, if it's rare, collectible, it's unusual, it's probably going to have a value to it. So send it in.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? There's so many items that you wouldn't even think about sending in. Remember, when you send for your pack, you have that guide that talks you through.
Yeah, and it's great, that guide.
Also, when you go to the website, it guides you through all the different things that you can send and that you can't send. Everything's bannered across the top of the website that you can see there. Items we buy, items we don't buy. Go to items we buy and then see all the items just there. When we select that and you see all the items, like Colin was just talking about, Lego. Oh my word!
There's so much,
many
isn't there?
surprises
So
here,
many things. Costume jewellery, I think lots of people would just throw that away, and that could be great value.
Now, whenever I talk to people, family, friends, people outside the business, if you have any costume jewellery, please send it in. So first of all, there are some
sunglasses there.
Oh, well, absolutely.
I've got loads of old sunglasses that I don't wear anymore.
Send them in.
But they probably will have value because they were, you know, when you buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not cheap items, are they?
I bet there's loads of things. You think, I've got that, pop it in that box.
Exactly. So sunglasses, very interesting. But again, costume jewellery, it might be these beads, they're amber, but there are some beads which are very valuable. They're called Bakelite beads. We've heard of Bakelite, but actually Bakelite was used to make jewellery. It's sort of an orangey colour. You might think, oh, it's been in the drawer, it's dusty. It's not valuable. It's really valuable. And so it's the hidden value in an item you've got in your home. So it's about the variety. Put it in the box. The great thing is we've got a team of experts, and because we've got so many experts, they can find the value in the box for you.
I like you because you've made things that you think
you now.
Not quite at the favourite level.
Oh, you're getting there. You're getting there.
Competition.
The competition is very high at Vintage Cash Cow. I have a few favourites, but you're up the ladder. But
Thank you.
You've made people think that, oh gosh, it doesn't need to be a Rolex. It doesn't need. It doesn't matter if it's broken. If it is costume jewelry, send it in. If it is a coin, send it in. It might be silver, and that is fabulous. And the great thing is, if you do it right now to get your label, you'll get an extra 20% on what it's worth.
So this is our exclusive, remember, 24-hour offer. That's why we would suggest you do it right now. Hundreds of people have already signed up for the offer, understandably. An extra 20% on your offer. So whatever the value of your box is when you send it in, and all you've got to supply is the box, whatever the value is when you send it in, Vintage Cash Cow with our exclusive will add an extra 20%. Now, you must use the code SELL20 when you go through. Remember, it's easy to get in touch. vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can call 0800 246 5508 is the phone number. The team are there right through till 3 a.m. If you are watching on the +1 channels, you can go to vintagecashcow.co.uk. But use the code SELL20.
Get in contact right now. Don't leave it till tomorrow. You can, but you might forget. Do it right now. Jump on the phone, jump on the website, scan the QR code. Make sure you don't miss out on that extra 20%, because that could be an extra £100. That could be an extra £20. That could be an extra £200. It all adds up. And remember, pop everything into that box, because that's what's so great about Vintage Cash Cow, is you do have the opportunity to send so many different things.
I think that's quite unique as well, that you can gather it all together and send it all to one place.
And even if it's broken,
doesn't matter. The variety. Everything's okay. Everything's okay with us. Everything.
So we've got Anthony and David back with us. You're two of my favourites.
Give up now.
Each gentleman walks in, you know. Oh, no.
He's not happy.
I'm upsetting them all tonight. I love them all. We love them all from Vintage Cash Cow. What have we got here? Because this looks really interesting.
And quite random.
It's very random. And look, you just don't know what you're going to have. So
where should we start?
Well, here.
Yeah. costume jewellery.
Now, I've actually got a zip-up jewellery box that looks exactly like that.
Most girls have.
and you wouldn't think it would have any value, but this has value.
It has.
No, but it does. Now, some of it's not very valuable, but there are bits here like that's from maybe from the 50s or something.
Yep.
Some of the older pieces.
Yep. Right. So these are probably from the 50s.
Well, let me just have a look because it can look like it is and it might not be.
Put your glasses on.
No, I don't need them with that one. That's actually not. But that's 70s, is that? So these are from the 70s.
But that is the thing, you just don't know. But they'd still have some value because you repurpose everything. So even if that went to a theatre play or something.
Well, there is a lot of theatrical, people that take a lot of this, and it's a very, very strange business. You look at it and you think, well, who's going to use it? But there's always somebody that wants to use the stuff.
So if you're not sure about sending it in, send it in.
Just put it in a box. Get it in the box and send it in. This is one of David's early pipe sets when he started smoking in the 30s.
Oh, do you want me to kick him, David?
No, but this is
I used to be a good smoker, not a pipe though.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke 80 a day.
No, 60.
60, sorry.
And you still look that good.
Oh, I stopped a long time ago.
Yeah. He's nearly 100. I can't believe it. So smoking can't be that bad. But this here, you see this? This is a pipe with little bits of... Is that amber? That, yeah?
Amber, and there's a bit of silver around there.
Right.
Around here.
So the person that owned this was wealthy.
Wow.
This was somebody with a few...
cigars.
And what's that, David?
Big
Amber.
cigar.
Cigar holder.
Cigar holder.
That's posh, isn't
It is
it?
rather posh, yeah.
And that's amber, you say? then?
Yeah. Now, David will probably know, but these probably are... Oh, yeah, that's got silver on the top. This one, has it had it on? I don't actually know the difference in the pipes. That's got broken, though, the end of that one.
Yeah, but still a little bit of silver
But does
around
that
here.
matter? That's broken.
No.
And it's got a box and some of the bits are missing.
She's nice
the
having
box
the
isn't
box.
full.
The fitted case.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
It's still got value.
So somebody's had that little set, and what is that? 1920s, 30s?
Around about there,
Round about-
20s, yeah. Well, you could date it exactly from the hallmark.
Would you know what sort of money that would be worth-ish?
Well, I know when it was bought in the 20s, in the 30s,
Would have been
that would have
expensive.
been very, very... It'll be more than a month's wages for somebody to buy. So somebody with a lot of money owned
Wow.
it. Is it worth a lot of money now? Probably not. It's not in a pro rata, but somebody will want it. It'll go on a display. It might go in a TV show. It could go in the theatre.
Lots of things go to the world of props.
Exactly. You know, you just don't know who's going to use it.
Rather than throw that away, that's going to be rehomed, repurposed.
Oh, without a doubt.
100%.
Or to the collector. Collector of pipes, might buy it from us,
There are pipe collectors, though. There's a lot of them, aren't there?
See, somebody might send one in with one of those that's perfect, and we can take it off, put it on
and
there.
mend
So then it's perfect again. Yeah.
But you'd be amazed who makes pipes, because from that era, you've had Dunhill and you had DuPont. There's just so many famous makers of them that are really expensive as well.
It's just nice being in the case, you see.
Yeah, that is a good point. If things are in cases,
Yeah.
does it add value?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Something in a box is always worth
always
more
have
than
more
that,
value.
if you've got the cases for them.
And then what we're looking at here, a set of knives. Now, would these be butter knives? What would these?
Well, how did you know? Did Colin tell you?
Oh, years of training.
I know. I thought they were margarine. No, they're not. They're not the butter knives.
People might think these are silver, but this mark on here says EPNS. That means electroplate nickel silver.
But there's a couple missing there, but still send it in.
Well, yeah, because the case is...
You know, it's got a case, and we might have another couple of knives in it, and we can, and it'll go, and it could finish up. And I've got a funny feeling, I don't know, is that silver? Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was silver at first, but my eyes aren't as good as
These were made about 1910, this...
1910?
Round about there.
Really?
Round about, yeah.
Gosh.
The history of things, and like we say, everything's got a value. It might not be a lot of value for some things, but that's why we would encourage people to fill their box.
Yeah, because it all adds up, doesn't it? We know that.
The more you get in there, the better it's going to be for you. Of
course.
And another thing that's fact, if you have a call, we try and help people through the process. When I said to you earlier, we do a lot of hand-holding with people. It's the statistics, and Colin will be able to tell you when he comes back on, because he knows all the numbers. But if people have a phone call before they send the box in, they're likely to get a lot more money because they're told and they're helped what to put in the box. But if you just fill it by looking at the brochure and not have a phone call, we give everybody a welcome call. We explain to everybody what to do. If you have that call, you'll get more money. Just speak to somebody.
A
bit of advice to let them tell you.
You get
know
the top
what
tips
you
as
get-
the good things that
And
boost your box.
Yeah, there are
as such.
certain things that we can
Yeah.
show you that you can boost your box with, certain items that will add value to your box. So take a look. Obviously, things like gold, but I don't think people would think of costume jewellery initially,
I
would
wouldn't.
they?
I'd awfully throw costume jewellery away.
Yeah, but a lot of people do that.
Shocking, isn't it? When
Well, they say that in landfill in this country there's a ton of gold in the landfill where people have had an odd earring and thrown it away. Thought it's worthless, I'll throw it away.
That's right.
So apparently so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is.
So yeah, that odd earring. Don't send it to Vintage Cash Cow. The actual this I know. Oh gosh, I've got a box full.
Probably more than one box
Of
to be
that,
honest.
and there might be something really valuable in there. Doesn't matter if it's broken. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know. This one, is this of any value? Do you think?
That's a copy of a famous piece.
I was going to say,
I think
I recognise the design.
The design, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't.
But we were talking earlier, weren't we? Even things like earring backs.
Yeah, butterflies.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yes.
They could be gold, I suppose.
Well,
Also, silver, couldn't they?
you say that, but how mad is this? These are just movements
Look at how tiny
from
some of
watches.
these are.
But these movements here, we sell them and people buy them to repair other watches with.
Oh,
so
how
that's from a
great.
pocket watch. So nothing goes to waste. That's from a small lady's wristwatch.
So that's like you're giving life to another watch.
And it's coming back to life again because the watchmakers find it hard to find the
fabulous.
parts. So
Yes, I bet. Yes.
or every little bit, everything's got a value. It might not be great, but if you get it all together and get
But
as
it all
much in
adds
that
up.
box,
Yes.
Every
remember you
penny.
can put up to 30
Up to 30
kilos in the
Yes.
box.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And every penny makes a pound. Every pound
Yeah, and if you look after
makes
the
a
pennies,
£10.
the pounds
Every
look after
£10 makes
themselves, don't they?
Absolutely, something
And
like
if you're
that,
pound
yeah.
foolish
That's
and a
why
penny white.
Hayley's not
Yes,
mathematician.
absolutely. That sounds good to me. Put it in the box. That's all I
Just
say.
load the box
And
up.
I know we're super busy. It's really great to have your company. If you have just switched on, do please remember you will get an extra 20% on the value of your box. And there's so many items you can put into that box. But remember to get in contact right now.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. An extra 20% will be added. So if your box value, if you send a box in and your value is £500, they will actually pay you £600 because you'll get an extra 20% off using the code SELL20.
20% on.
20% off.
Yeah.
Well, we usually take it off, don't we? But we're
Not
putting
with
it on.
Vintage Cash
20%
Cow, we add it on.
And you use SELL20, that's the code, to add that 20% on to the value of your box. You can get in contact via the website. You can use the phone number. They are there until 3 a.m. They'll be back at 9 till 5, but you do need to get in contact within the next 24 hours. Or scan the QR code. That'll take you through to the form on the website instantly for you to fill the form in, but use the code. There's a little area that says your code area. Click on that and put in SELL20 because that's a TV exclusive with us right now.
And remember, that's directly on the... And in fact, we should remind you how easy it is when you go to the website. It'll take you straight through to the form. All you've got to do when you are on the website is click on the little banner that you see on there. That banner will take you through to this page and you fill in the form and there's the area where you use that code. SELL20 gets you that extra 20%. Hundreds of people have already gone for the deal. Hundreds more in the process. But do it right now is what we would say because it's that time limited offer. Don't forget and let life get in the way.
Yeah, because you will forget and you've lost 20% and that could be £20, it could be £100, it could be £200. And honestly, if in doubt, pop it into that box. The great thing with Vintage Cash Cow is it's not that you can only send them gold, you can only send them silver, you can only send them camera. They will take such a variety of items, decluttering, tidying up your home, but I won't throw anything out, and you're not throwing anything out because it will be rehomed, repurposed, reloved. Honestly, it's such a great thing to do. And I think you might recognise Vintage Cash Cow from seeing some of the infomercials on the TV.
But don't forget, with us, you get an extra 20% added to the value.
Don't tell anybody.
Box.
No, tell everybody.
everybody.
Have you got any of these items gathering dust in your home but you don't know how to sell them?
I'm Vicky Silverthorne and I'm here to tell you all about Vintage Cash Cow, who make it so easy to sell all of your old items in one go. Fill any box, send it off for free, and if you accept their offer, you could be enjoying some extra cash.
Step 1. Order your free postage pack. Step 2. Fill any box with your items. Step 3. Post your box or book a free collection. And that's exactly what Vintage Cash Cow customer Wendy did.
The thought of going to a specialist in cameras, a specialist in jewellery, when with Vintage Cash Cow, I went online, I ordered the free postage pack, put everything in one box, stuck the label on, all paid for postage, dropped it off at the post office. Within 48 hours, I got a phone call making me an offer. I thought, whoa, thank you very much, that'll do nicely.
Join the hundreds of thousands of customers who've made some extra cash by sending their old unwanted items to Vintage Cash Cow. Fill any box with your old silverware, cameras, watches, jewellery, or any of the hundreds of items Vintage Cash Cow will buy. Attach the free postage label and send it off via no obligation offer.
Here at Vintage Cash Cow, we've paid out over £60 million to our customers.
We receive over 1,000 boxes every day.
The team have over 250 years of experience. Combined with the latest technology, we're able to offer you a fair price.
This is a service which allows you to put hundreds of different items in one box, and we will make you an offer for everything.
If you accept, we can send you the money the same day. If not, we'll send your items back to you completely free of charge and insured.
So, what have you got to lose? Give us a call for your free postage pack or go online at vintagecashcow.co.uk and get yourself some extra cash.
Every single item that we buy is rehomed, nothing is wasted.
Vintage Cash Cow is rated excellent on Trustpilot with over 17,000 five-star reviews. The service is free to use and it's all insured. So pack your box, send it off, and you could be enjoying some extra cash to spend however you like. There's never been a better time to cash in on your old and unwanted collectibles.
Call Vintage Cash Cow for your free postage pack or go online at vintagecashcow.co.uk.
Get your box loaded and make some extra cash now.
And you've seen a lot of the team there. We've got a lot of team with us here this morning as well. But remember, get in contact right now via the website, but using the code SELL20, because you will get an extra 20% value added onto your box. So we've got a real special offer tonight, but it's only available for 24 hours.
And there it is, our exclusive offer, SELL20, vintagecashcow.co.uk. You can call the team on the phone, 0800 246 5508. But remember, everything is free. The pack is free, the phone number's free, the postage is free, and the returns are free if you don't accept the offer. But all the offers and people we've talked about and seen, they've been amazed that the offer's actually more than they thought it would be.
Well, that was me and Mum. We did a box. The very first time we did a Vintage Cash Cow show, we went upstairs, we went through all the boxes that we got left over from Nana and Pop and Gra. Didn't want to throw these things away, but we knew we weren't. We knew giving them to Vintage Cash Cow, they were going to be rehomed, repurposed, reloved. So that's exactly what we did. We popped them into a box. Mum thought it'd be worthless, and we'd really put some really odd sort of random things in. It was £75, but then you'll actually get an extra 20% added onto that.
£15.
And if your box is £100, that'll be £120. If your box is £500, that'll be an extra £100. So that's please make sure all you're doing today is getting your label, secure that label so you know you've got that extra 20%. And then you can look on the website and there's so many things you can pop into your box. But we're back on the sofa with Anthony and Colin now. And what are we going to look at?
Well, we're going to talk about re-commerce.
Yes.
So, can you explain what we mean by that?
What is this word?
Well, re-commerce. What re-commerce is, now I know it sounds a bit corporate, but we'll move on from that very quickly. We've talked about, and I think we've seen through Anthony, through Joanna, through all of our team, the passion for the product.
Yeah,
definitely.
But actually, one of the reasons we all do this is that it's around re-commerce. It's basically giving pre-loved items, all these items when they were first bought, people bought them for a reason because they loved them and they wanted to gift them, but it's giving pre-loved items a new lease of life.
We're rehoming.
We are. And actually, so we love the product, but knowing that those items are going to be reused by somebody.
We're not just throwing it away.
It's really fulfilling, actually.
Yeah.
And you talked about theatre. One of my, very brief story, don't worry, we won't be here all night, but one of my friends, his daughter's a student, and she was doing a stage show, and she was a 60s, based in the 60s, and she said, I need a typewriter. Where can I get a vintage typewriter? Got her the vintage typewriter for Vintage Cash Cow. We charge her, don't worry. And she's still got it because that's the memory of her, and that's now her loved item for her stage show.
Yes, so lots of you will be at home thinking, well, no one will want this, but there is always a purpose for all these different items.
Well, I think in the last 10 or so years, the last 20 years, you get these words: the circular economy, re-commerce, repurpose, and there's big shows on the TV, all these shows where they do things up and recycle and upcycle. So it's a big thing now, whereas many years ago it wasn't. I think it's taken a lease of life on itself. And things are so expensive now, and the younger generation actually don't mind. Taking some of this stuff. I mean, they do it with clothing. They want beads and bangles, and they want to go out and they want something different, and they'll buy the items. I mean, we actually get. It's shocking just how much we can never have enough product. Coming in or going out, there's a want for people, there's a need for people selling, and then we've got the other side of people wanting to take it after we've processed it and got it all through the system. Because when we sell these goods on, we don't sell one person's, we put them together, we get them all together, so it helps to make lots up for us to sell them as well. And it's going all the way around. And we've even had stuff, because we mark some stuff, we've had stuff that's come in, we've sold it, and we've had it back again.
How funny.
So it comes back round again. So who knows? It's the perpetual, it just keeps going round and round, which is wonderful for everybody. And when we started the business, I can honestly tell you, that wasn't part of
that's grown, hasn't
that's
it?
grown and grown and grown and grown, and is now the pillar of the business. Which is really good. So
when you talk about recycling things, tell us, have you got any stories about things that you have recycled or what happens to them?
Well, when we say recycle, we don't upcycle or recycle. What we do is we sell them on to people who will do that.
I know when we worked with you before, there was a couple of old teddy bears, and somebody actually fixed them,
fixed them up,
and they looked. I mean, they were like vintage bears.
I think we've got a picture of the bears that we're talking about. Yeah, teddy bears that were restored.
Yeah, they'd been restored. They'd come into us restored, kind of thing. They might have gone out, but all of them types of things. So if we were to restore everything, we'd just never be able to get through it. I mean, literally, we pass that on to somebody who's going to do it, and all them people know where to come to get.
And then if it's broken watches, do you then go to like someone that repairs watches, or
watch repairer, or we may sell them in bulk to somebody.
Right.
You just don't know. And we sell a lot of goods into different markets. Like we sell stuff to China, we send stuff to Europe. I mean, we send stuff to America. It's just crazy where it actually goes to, and it's just a never-ending kind of marketplace for the stuff to sell into. And it's great because all this stuff goes back out into the market. It means you're not buying new stuff, you're not importing things or making things. You're actually using what was there previously. So it's it's good for the environment as well.
And just upstairs, our director was like, "Oh, look at that!"
And look around the table.
And that is, I think you'll be doing the same at home. You might be thinking, "Oh, I've got something similar to that."
And that's why you bring so many different items, isn't it? Because it plants the seed of what people have got at home.
Absolutely, because it is variety is brilliant, and also if you're thinking about it, don't worry about it not being valuable. And I think sometimes people think, I'm going to send it in and I'm going to be embarrassed. You won't. We're not. We'll give you the best price we can. Send it in and you don't know. And the great thing is, if you're not happy with the price, we'll send it back. So don't worry about it. Yeah. So there are two benefits. First of all, you're going to send it in, and you're absolutely right. I mean, for me, I don't know who does the recycling at home on a Tuesday, wherever it is. But even when you do the recycling, when you take it outside and it's done, and you just feel better it's done. Yes. And so they say, in terms of decluttering, if you have fewer things to worry about, then you might feel a bit better. You know what I mean? So there's a great feeling of sort of moving these things on, and they're going to be rehomed. Yes. So there's actually quite a nice sort of fulfilment side of this. Really.
I'm rubbish at throwing. I hate to throw anything away, but knowing that if you're sending it to Vintage Cash Cow, it's not going to be thrown away. Whether that is a broken watch that you send that then goes on to a watch mender, and they use it to repair other watches, whether that is an antique phone and that's going to be used on a television programme. You might be watching a programme and think, hang on, I'm sure that's my telephone. I sent to Vintage. There's always a reason for everything.
Most definitely. I mean, what you see here is not even a it's nothing.
No.
So what we're going to do is, we're going to tell you now, we're going to invite you to do the next show in our building. And we're going to take you in our building.
wow.
We're going to do the show there, and you'll actually get to see it
VCC Towers.
Oh
Yes,
my
we
word, can you
Vintage
imagine?
City.
It's a hidden location.
We're going to get you to come in, and we're going to bring everything, and then we don't have to bring it here. And when you actually see what it is, and when your viewers see, because I know we wouldn't come back here if your viewers didn't like this. It would be pointless. So all your viewers are very responsive and have used our service many, many times. So we're here again. But next time, we're going to invite you and all the gang. We're going to bring you all in, and we'll just show you, because you'll get a shock when you see.
Yeah.
You will really get.
Size
but people think it's a small shop. Oh, you know, it's not. It's this remarkable facility full of hundreds of wonderful people that are in looking after all this product.
Well, just the few people we meet, the passion is incredible. And like you say, lots of people, they'll send you a box once, twice, another box.
We've had some people. I think we've got people on box number 35 and things like that. Not everybody is like that. I mean, most people will send a couple, but box number 35.
I think when you get that first offer for your first box, you're so over the moon with the money that you've been offered that you will go, oh, well, I've got all that.
And I think lots of things happen in life as well where you do need to at times.
Life events.
And need to. I don't want to say get rid of things, but you need to repurpose things.
Rehome.
Yeah,
because you might be tired of it. Might be a piece of jewellery which you loved at the time, and you might be bored of it, but you don't want to bin it.
No.
We'll connect that piece of jewellery with somebody who's going to enjoy it for the next 20 years, and that's a nice feeling, knowing you sort of passed it on. Somebody else is going to enjoy it.
So I collect some of the most ridiculous things in the world.
Really?
I collect thimbles, which is the most ridiculous thing.
We heard something on the radio about
let
this.
Let him finish.
So I collect enamel ones and gold ones and so all different ones, and then what I do, I have a little cabinet and I fill them up, and then when I've got them all, and then I look at them all and I look at them, then I take them all out, I wrap them all up, I put them in a box, and then I start my collection again, and then I wrap them up and put them in a box, and I start the collection again. But I have to go find them. I don't get them here. I like to go out looking for them and all that type of thing.
So it's like a hobby.
So it's kind of a hobby, and a lot of this stuff is hobbyfied as well. That's the thing. It's hobby and collectors things and all that. So there are so many people do. You know, there are watch collectors and pin collectors and silver collectors and silver plate.
And you haven't got room for everything.
Well, you can't. You don't have room for it. And then one day, what will happen to all my stuff? My kids will get it, put it in a box, and I say, I know where to send that.
I know where
Vintage
this
cash
could
cow. Get all them thimbles in that box there. But it's.
You need to send for a label now because you'll get an extra 20%. So
Don't be sending me thimbles. I don't want any more thimbles.
Don't touch the thimbles.
But it is. It's
so true because you collect things and you can't appreciate when you've got loads and loads. Just have a few out, and then the other ones you could send to Vintage Cash Cow, knowing they are going to go to a home probably that will love them as much as you love them. And this is the lovely thing: you're not throwing anything away. What you're doing is repurposing, rehoming, and you've got to do it tonight because you are getting extra money on the value of every box that you send in.
Extra 20%, remember, on whatever the value of your box is, an extra 20% will be added.
Yeah, so if that's £100 worth of that, you know, what you sent in was £100, £120. But if that's £500 value your box, that's an extra £100. If that was £1,000 value of your box, that'd be an extra £200. 20% is a lot. So use the code SELL20, jump onto the website, jump onto the phones, use the QR code, whichever way you want to do it. But do it right now because we can only offer you that extra 20% for 24 hours. So you do need to do it right now. And it's all free. So you've got nothing to lose. That label's going to be delivered to your door, and then you can sit back and think, what shall I put into my box?
Yeah, and there's so much, and the guide is there for you to talk you through everything in the book that you get.
And the website's great. You know, there's loads of information that comes alongside it, and the team will speak to you as well. So if you're in doubt, and do speak to the team if they give you a call, because they can really give you some top tips on what can boost the value of your box. Because we don't know what things are worth. And they truly do.
And there's so much more that you can put in that box that you won't realise about. We were looking at some statistics before. Over 1 million boxes have been sent in to Vintage Cash Cow since the start. It's amazing, isn't it?
It has grown. The company has grown so much. And it's because there is a demand. We've all got things that we don't want to throw out. We don't want to give away. And the great thing is you're not. You're sending it to Vintage Cash Cow. They will rehome, repurpose, virtually all and everything, and you could have extra money in your bank to perhaps treat yourself to something. And so many people that have sent their boxes into Vintage Cash Cow have been so happy with the phone call to say how much it was worth, and here's just one of them.
I saw the advert for Vintage Cash Cow on television and was really quite impressed that it was as easy as it sounded. But then the cynical side of me thought, can't be as easy as that. Just can't be. So I did a bit of research, looked at Vintage Cash Cow's reviews and decided that actually it was worth a go. So I did exactly what the advert said. I ordered my prepaid address label, got an old shoebox, filled it full of costume jewellery, which I had a lot of, and sent it off, thinking, OK, well, it's been sat in a cupboard for ages, so if it gets pinched or nothing happens, so what? So I was really excited to find that I got an email the very next day after postage saying that Vintage Cash Cow had received my items, that they were being looked at and they would respond quickly. Just a few days after that, I got an email saying they had offered me £275 for all this costume jewellery, so I just accepted it. And it really was as easy as the advert said it was. So I would strongly recommend that anything that you've got that you perhaps is stored in a cupboard, you don't really look at, you don't want, put it in a box and ship it off to Vintage Cash Cow because they are fab. After I received my money, by then I'd already sent off for another label and did another box of costume jewellery, which I was offered a very reasonable amount of money for, accepted it, same again. I've just sent off my third box of costume jewellery. As you can tell, I am a costume jewellery addict. I have spent the money on, I love arts and crafts, so I've bought some paint, some paper, brushes, anything that I fancied. So the money's gone on that and a few bit of extra treats, no jewellery. And I would strongly recommend Vintage Cash Cow for all your old bits and bobs. It really is as easy as the advert said it is.
You could be making one of those little clips. You could be on our next show saying how great it was. You know, you couldn't believe it was so much money. But remember, get in contact right now. 24 hours is all you've got to get the extra 20% added on to the value of your box. It is a TV exclusive with us here on Shop on TV. But remember, you'll go via vintagecashcow.co.uk website or jump onto the phones. They are there, 0800 246 5508. Use the code CELL20. There's a code area in the website to put it in. Put CELL20. That will make sure you get that extra 20%. Or, of course, you can use the QR code as well. Now, we're not alone. We've got the lovely Joanna with us, back on the sofa, and we love Joanna and your passion.
Yeah, this is where we're going to dive deep into your expertise, isn't it, Joanna? Because you're one of the resident experts who gets to open those boxes when they arrive.
And what is it that you really like?
I really like silver.
Silver.
I like fountain pens as well.
Okay.
Oh, you do, don't you? Right. And
but,
you do some nice calligraphy as well, don't you? Yes,
but silver is the one.
And that's
your field.
That's what we're going to look at now.
Yes, we are.
So what have you got?
I selected like a bit of a nice range.
Some of these look
all
really
things that people have sent in to
obviously,
Right.
So everything has been sent in. I've picked some nice smaller bits, so not everything has to be like a big item that's like worth money.
And what is this?
Well, I was going to ask you that if you
Oh,
could
we're
guess.
supposed to guess.
Yeah, you can guess.
Oh,
No, so-
anybody at home?
It's not one of... No, it can't be. It's
could-
not big enough. I was going to say, is it one of those handbag...
No, but it's similar.
Oh,
Ah.
I was going to say, is it like a bookmark?
Oh, do you use it this way?
No.
No, okay.
Maybe.
Is it for a tie?
Not a tie pin, no.
No.
Okay, go on.
I'll show you.
Tell us. You're going to show us?
So
Okay.
it's for, you know, if you're eating at a fancy restaurant.
Oh,
and
for your napkin?
Yeah.
No way.
How cute is
Oh,
that?
we've got a friend who definitely needs one
We
of those.
have. She tucks it in. It's really embarrassing. Tucks a
Yeah.
napkin all round her neck.
It's the sweetest
That's way
thing
better.
ever.
I never knew anything was
Yeah.
invented to
So
tuck
it's like
your
a napkin
in.
holder.
Yeah.
So, and is that silver?
Yeah, this one's silver. This one's, when I say it's modern, but it's like maybe from like the 70s, 80s.
Oh,
but you can get
wow.
them dating back to the Victorian times.
Oh, wow.
And that would have value.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you might look at that and think, I've got no idea what it is, I'll just put it in the bin. Don't put it in the bin.
Well, you
Wrap
might,
it up,
yeah,
send it to Vintage Cash Cow.
You might not even
No.
know what it is.
Even
might
though
you?
it's like really small.
And could we tell that was, obviously you can tell, could we tell
Yeah.
that was silver?
Well, it's got your hallmarks on it.
Right.
It has.
So the one you're always looking for is the lion.
Okay, the lion. And is
Where
there
is it?
numbers on silver?
This one's 925, yeah.
Right.
And you've got the lion.
So that's got the hallmark on it.
Yeah.
So that's our first piece we're going to look at. You've got some great items here, Joanna. Oh, we can see. Oh, look, the 925 and the lion.
Everybody's getting
Yeah.
bits and pieces out now looking for 925.
They're all
and
doing this.
And a lion.
Trying to find them.
Like that.
Yeah.
One eye.
That's it, right, okay.
Oh, they call it a percent
And that's
sometimes.
worth, and you could just throw that away thinking, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, you could.
But don't.
I wouldn't.
Don't.
No.
No, I wouldn't, no.
What else have you got here?
So we'll have a look at this cigarette case.
Okay. Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty.
now
So this is beautiful. This
heavy.
Is, yeah, heavy.
heavy.
It's got a lovely enamel design on it. Now
Gorgeous.
this,
Oh, wow. And is that quite old?
yeah, like probably from the Victorian times, like early Edwardian. It's very beautiful, even though it's damaged.
And what
still
is
a
it?
really
And it
nice
doesn't
thing.
matter if it's damaged.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like
Okay.
we'll still
It'll
accept
affect
it.
the value.
It'll have
affect the
value, but it will
100%.
affect-
Yeah,
right,
we'll
yeah.
take it no matter what condition.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the hinges, even if that's damaged, we'll take it.
And there's some engraving on there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
We'll take anything.
Wow.
So this one's a bit more difficult to see the hallmark. This one's only stamped 935, I think.
And we always talk a lot about gold,
yeah.
but silver has a great value as well,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And is it a good
100%.
time to sort of be selling silver?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's always good to have silver, as same with gold. But yeah, if you've got silver, I definitely will put it in the bag. Very heavy.
Can I ask what it looks like a silver sweet wrapper? It's got like the wrapper ends. What's that?
That's the cutest
I was supposed
thing.
to guess this as well.
No, you don't. That one's just a little box, a little pill box.
Is it a pill box?
Yeah.
Oh, that is sweet.
So these are like novelty items.
Oh, that is cute.
That's perfect for me because I eat a sweet every day.
That is sweet.
So I get to see like a lot of like cute little pill boxes like this. I call them novelties. So you get sweet ones, like you'll get ones with like cute little flowers on, or like enamel, like we saw before.
Right.
And they all have value.
That's cute.
And we'll have a look at another silver item, and then we'll
Yeah.
ask you about your pens as well, because I know you like your pens. This, I've been awarded. Thank you very much.
That's about the only award
Thank you
you've
very
won.
much indeed. I do appreciate you voting for me. It's a teeny trophy.
Yeah, so we get a lot of miniature items in a lot for dolls' houses.
Oh.
So in the Victorian times, they had silver furniture
Wow.
in the dolls' houses.
Oh my goodness.
How fabulous.
Like, that's amazing.
Well, again, we were at Windsor Castle a couple of
Yeah.
weekends ago.
Yeah,
and
they
they've
had
got this
a
most
doll's house
amazing
there.
doll's house.
I bet they have some
got the
silver
I
in
bet
there.
they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
got
you
the
get
markings.
chairs a lot, musical instruments. I saw a
Really?
little violin the other day.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
How cute. And again, you might look at this and think, oh, it's a toy.
Yeah.
you
But if it's silver-
because it's so small, you might think, oh, you know, it would be. But again, we've got markings there, and again, it just if in doubt, send it into Vintage
Yeah, definitely.
Cash Cow. And then your pens. Is there any big value pens? What pen would you look for?
Obviously, Mont Blanc.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's just like a big brand.
Yeah.
pen.
But then,
any pens?
Are there any other brands that we'd recognise but you might not think they were?
If we had like a Parker, yeah?
Parker fountain
in a
pens,
box.
absolutely.
Yes.
Parker without a box.
Really?
We're looking for a Parker with 14 carat gold nib. Some have 18 carat gold
And
nibs.
we would not know, would we?
No, especially
Oh, my
like
word.
the Parker 51. It has like a covered like nib, so you can't even see the 14 carat gold.
You
on
don't
it.
even know it's there?
No.
Oh my word.
Gosh, how
That's why you
exciting.
send things in. Don't ever doubt and think, oh, it won't be. You're not going to be daft. Send it into Vintage Cash Cow. They know. Oh, is there anything else we need to look at? There's lots of things we need to look
What are
at.
these? Oh, it's a book.
Is it a Bible?
Yeah.
I thought it was a box.
So sometimes the Bibles, this one's a prayer book. So this one's from the Edwardian times.
Oh, wow. It's got a little signature
So
inside
that's a
as
silver
well.
cover.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
And all
Yeah,
these.
they're so
I wonder
cute.
if that would be like for a christening or something, or...
Possibly, yeah. Women like to collect like little miniature objects back in those times. So you do get a lot of miniature things, which is really sweet.
And when a box is opened,
Mm-hmm.
do you open a generic box or does all the silver come to you?
A bit of both.
Right, okay. So you might open boxes one day and
Yeah.
then another day you're specialising in your field, which is
Yeah.
silver and pens.
Yeah.
Great.
So it just depends
How
on the day.
exciting.
No 2 days are the same.
Yeah, I bet.
And you always say that.
Yeah.
I love that because there is no 2 days
No,
the
there
same, is
isn't.
there? Because you don't know what's going to be in that box. So this is. Should that be on a necklace? Should
It
that
can be.
Right.
Or it can be on a lady's chatelaine, which they used to wear in like the Victorian times, Edwardian times, like house ladies, more like middle class ladies, like would have a little belt and like tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Like
I suppose-
housekeepers, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is why Vintage Cash Cow is such a unique service, because it's all these different areas, but with experts in every single field. That's why it's so interesting to talk to some of the experts.
And it's so great to give you just a few ideas. Never doubt how tiny. You might have no clue what it is, what it was for. Don't ever throw anything away or give anything away. Send it to Vintage Cash Cow because they know they've got specialists like Joanna in every field. Honestly, you're going to be absolutely blown away with the items you can send in. And don't forget, of course, if you are getting the label today via, well, I say via us, the offer is via Shop on TV, but you do need to go to vintagecashcow.co.uk. But you will get an extra 20% if you use that code, SELL20. How exciting is that?
It's so exclusive with us right now, but only for 24 hours. So do it right now, get in touch right now and use the code SELL20. Vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can call the free number, remember, 0800 246 5508. Remember, everything is free. The pack is free, the phone number's free, postage is free, the returns are free. All you've got to do is box it, send it, and sell it. Remember, it's very important to go to Vintage Cash Cow directly. Here's the homepage that you'll go through to. Have a little look at the top. Let's show you that. Remind you quickly on the items we buy. We'll select all items because there'll be lots of items that you don't realise that you can take and pop in your box to get that extra 20% off. We just talked about cameras, but vintage cameras and digital cameras.
Yeah, if you click onto an item, it'll give you more detail. But things you won't think about, costume jewellery. I bet you've got loads of sunglasses that you just don't realise have got value. Pens, honestly, whether it's a Parker, whether it's a Mont Blanc, they're all worth something. Smoking items, brass even, and I know lots of people hate cleaning brass. I'd love to get rid of the brass, but you're not throwing it away. You're going to be offered money for it. All of this adds up and you can put it all into one box.
Even Lego, look.
Yes, we didn't realise about the Lego.
That was a new one on us,
yeah.
wasn't it? So it's such a wide range of items that you can send. And remember, in that box, it can weigh up to 30 kilos. So fill that box up and see the difference.
And the box is actually the only thing you need to provide. Everything else is free. It's a free phone number, free website, free if you use the QR code. They're going to send you a free label that will give you free postage for a box up to 30 kilograms, and then they'll give you a free valuation. And if you decide that wasn't enough, or you've changed your mind, you don't want to sell it, they'll even send it back for free. But so many people blown away with what they're offered, but you will get an extra 20% if you're ordering that label right now. It's 3 very simple, easy steps.
So straightforward. Like Hayley just said, all you've got to supply is the box. Get the box and then pack it. All your unwanted valuables into there. You're going to pack it. Well, you wrapped things in bubble wrap.
Well, a lot of newspaper.
So nicely wrapped.
Yes, we wrapped them in newspaper, bubble wrap, just so they're secure. And then we sent it in. We put our label on, took it to the post office. If you struggle to get to the post office, you can even organise them coming to collect it. And then Mum was blown away because it was bits of Mum. It was things from upstairs that had been in boxes for years. Yeah. Grandma and Grandad's, Nana and Pops, my aunties. We didn't want to throw them away, but there wasn't room for them. You know, it wasn't our taste, but we wanted them to be loved or repurposed
and
or rehomed.
Thrown away.
We didn't want to give them away, didn't want to throw them away, and we didn't. We sent them to Vintage Cash Cow. They offered. Mum was blown away with the amount they offered, and then we bought something that reminded us of them that we could have out in the house.
And like Anthony always says, everything has a value.
Everything.
So pop it in the box and see what a difference it makes.
I think I'll get you in a box.
No, you'll never get me in a box.
He wasn't on the pictures, was he?
No, I'm not included in any category.
But there are so many things. Look on the website. You can have a look at all the things they do take, all the things that they don't, but so many things that they do. But just remember, you must get your free postage pack, and you can do it either via the website, via the phones, or via the QR code.
Yeah.
But remember to use the code for your extra 20%.
Yeah, when you're on the website, just click on that little green banner. It says, get your free postage pack. All you've got to do is fill in that form there. There is a section there for coupon code. That's where you're going to put your code SELL20. That'll get you that extra 20% of value added to the value of your box. And really, there's no risk to get it done, is there?
And that is, of course, the TV exclusive, doing it via us. But, of course, you're doing it via us because you're watching Shop on TV tonight, but you are going to Vintage Cash Cow and using that code SELL20. What a fabulous show. What a fabulous brand. What a fabulous
and what a deal.
idea. And what an incredible deal. An extra 20% on whatever that box is valued. But please make sure you get in contact. I would say right now, because you'll forget, and the deal, you can only get that extra 20% if you order your labels in the next 24 hours.
What a team. We've got to thank you all for joining us. What a joy.
And you were quite well behaved.
Everyone was, including Anthony.
You're still my favourite.
Oh, you see. Oh, everyone's mortified now. You've ruined the whole night.
I love you all. It's been such a...
Equally.
Absolutely. I can spread my love.
It's such an interesting show, but take advantage of that exclusive offer. You've got to do it right now. Remember,
And it's all things you've got. It's not that, you don't have to think nothing's... So many things have got value and you just don't know. So pop it into that box and send it in to the experts because they have that passion for your items and want to give you that value. And, of course, if you're getting the label now, an extra 20% on the value of that box.
Thank you so much for watching at home. Thank you to the team.
So much to the team.
Hopefully we'll be back very soon. But for now, we'll see you later. See you later.